What's up, YouTube? Just looking for something real quick. What? What did I spell wrong? There we go. There's two people watching, popping out the chat. Forgot to pop out the chat. He's back. He is back. Trying to get this dang. Whoa. That was weird. Gonna get this working right. G codes. Print. What's up, Viking? I don't know about feeling better. Well, I do feel better. Let's see. Invite copy. Mr. Hobby Howie, I do feel better. Still sore. Minor temp now. Minor. All right. I've got work to do. Amphetamine. Good question, Richard. Where to put that? Facebook message? Facebook Messenger would be great. What's up, Mr. Buttram? And Chris and Sergio and Bob? And Viking, if I haven't said Viking already. All right. And desktop. Nope, not desktop. I need this folder and this. Perfect. Tired. We talked about that. Huh. I don't think I set my homing currents correctly on this thing. All right. Motion, auto home. Do, 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 do. Hmm. Okay. Motion. And level bed. See if it does this weird thing. Okay. It's doing something really, really weird here. Oh, we got Robbie Mack in the house? All I saw was hashtag wingman. What's up, David? Let's see if I did something wrong here. I'll be right with everyone in a second. I'm just trying to figure out why the bed leveling was being weird. Okay, it's working. It's doing its thing. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Good. Yeah. Okay, it's going where I need it to go. Yeah, that's good. Huh. Okay. It's doing a thing. Whew. So I should have it in my Facebook Messenger. Facebook. It's probably in that other box. Messages, message requests. Oh, there it is. Oh, why did it make it smaller? There we go. Make it bigger. And okay, centers the bed. Looks like a start G code is messed up. With stock Marlin, you want to do a start G code that moves you back to 00. Looks like it's not reading your start G code correctly, or you're using Prusa's start G code or part of it. Just gonna reslice this thing. Oh, empty nesting. Oh, Robbie Mac. That means you have more room for activities. And you and your wife can make out in every room, and no one would mind. And hopefully they didn't mind before, because, I mean, that's just what adults do. All right, let's figure out what's going on here. Import model. And downloads? Is it in the downloads folder? Is there a Doom bust in here? Huh. So maybe it's under bust. Yep, there it is. That must be it. Wexter naming everything. Nope. That wasn't it. Import model. Ooh, this one's taking longer to load. This might be it. Let's see what we got here. This must be it. Nope, that's not it. File, open idea file. To print? Nope. Print? Nope. Okay, it's not there. Uh-oh, someone jumped in. What is this? I'm hopping back. Oh, okay. Oh, Windows, you suck. There we go. What's up, Sergio?
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
Uh-oh. I can't hear.
What?
What's going on?
What'd you break this time?
Let's see. Bring that. Bring that.
Huh. Where did I save these files?
Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay.
Let's see.
Something's.
I hear you. Yep. I hear you.
Okay.
Where the hell did I save these files at? There's nothing named Doom in here.
Chat.
Wait a minute. I know where it is.
1 minute.
Here, my drive.
My God.
Nope, that's not it. You print? Ah, yep, Dr. Doom bust. Open. It's always got to be so hard. And rotate. Boom. And scale. No, 180. Yep, that seems about right. I don't know if that's correct, but we'll go with that. Okay, start slicing. SKR Zerabo. What did I do wrong in this? 210. Yep, okay. Layer.
Okay, that one's okay.
Everything should be good. M83. G29, level all act. Yep, level bed. Save. Slice. I can't see the chat right now, by the way, so if anyone's chatting on there, I can't see nothing. I'm over here trying to figure out why Dr. Doom won't print correctly. Okay. Boy, that takes a while to slice. And back over to here. All right, let's see if I missed anything in chat. Let's see here. Mr. Buttram says, Pooch is struggling with the Prusa extruder building. Yeah, it happens.
Mr. Buttram says, Pooch is struggling with the Prusa extruder building. Yeah, it happens.
I hear that on Sergio's screen.
Mr. Buttram says, Pooch is struggling with the Prusa extruder building. Yeah, it happens.
Ha! I just muted him. Muted the Sergio. Talk about the snap top containers under your Zerabo. Oh, yeah. Ugh. These are the print dry containers. You have the funky containers and is it in this drawer? Might not be in that drawer. Aha. And a vacuum pump. So you let all the air out. So now you can open it. I got the filament and some desiccant in there, some TPU. Close it back up. Oh, Sergio popped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is now fully done. Yeah, that little button tab will push down when it's emptied up of enough air. And then, yep. But that's how I keep my filament dry. Let's see here. You can use Prusa Slicer, but you need the right start G code. So if you go to the GitHub for using Prusa Slicer, there's a start G code you need to use specifically that will move over to that left corner so that way it doesn't print there, because it looks like you're using stock Marlin because it was homing in the center for the start. And so far those things worked really well. A couple desiccants. Printdry.com. Printdry.com. Yep, that's the right website. It just took a little bit to load. Boop. Boop. Share screen. Print dry. Allow. Yep, so this is their fancy new filament dryer. That way it's dry and can feed filament out. And look, you can stack a whole bunch of filament spools on it. Wow, that's the old one. This is the new one. Here's the spool holders. Storage. There we go. There it is. Boom. And they're a lot clearer. They use polycarbonate now. So the old ones were this cheaper, thinner plastic, and they're having a lot of issues. So they switched to harder polycarbonate. How'd you... Hobby Howie, it was pretty bad. We were having power in and out, and then it was fine. What's up, Devin? Let me see if I can find that start G code change for Richard. GitHub.com, Kodiak 2600. Share screen. And allow. Oh, doesn't. Bruce's slicer profiles. So stock Marlin with auto bed leveling, you need this line right here. If you don't have that line right there, when you do the intro line, it's going to do the intro line at some random place. So you want to home all, mesh, home back to the front left corner, and then wait for your extruder temp, and then this is your purge line right here. So if you are using Prusa firmware, as you can see, it's G28. They use G80, which is Prusa code for mesh bed leveling. And then as you can see, the G1 would home you again, but it moves you to Y-3. That's what we're doing here too. So G1, but this one is X0, Y-3. Because Prusa's mesh bed leveling brings you back to X0, Y0, but then it moves you to -3 for the little area to print off of, and then the Z height that you want the nozzle to be at. That way it doesn't embed itself in the thing. Yeah, same thing here. Whew, hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's just in the GitHub under Prusa Slicer profiles to make it work. So if you got that stock Marlin, you want to make sure that you use the proper, these three things. These three things are key. The G28, G29, and then this G1 to rehome at the front left corner. And then I have a different purge algorithm. So a little different purge. So having that dual purge where it does a little bit and then a lot, I just have one thick purge. And the only reason I do that is if I use this purge and I change to a larger nozzle size, nothing will print with this small little burst. So with the thick burst, it just works better with when I change nozzles. So I don't have to have a different purge line for different nozzle sizes or purge amount. Okay, let's see how my slice is going. All right, export. Dr. Doom. Yeah, Dr. Doom bust V2, baby. I don't know what's going on with it. For some reason, every time it tried to do the mesh bed leveling sequence, it wasn't meshing. Oh, someone just popped back into chat. Is it Sergio?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
Having sound issues.
You and your sound issue, Sergio.
Headphones? Let me go and get them.
I didn't say headphones, but hey, it's my upstairs neighbor.
It's that guy.
Hi, Bob Carnes. All right. Sending the new file. I'm going to delete the old Dr. Doom bust. I don't know what was wrong with that. Upload G code, Dr. Doom V2, upload. Freaking 99 megabyte G code. What's Bob doing?
Well, Bob is just wrapping up projects, looking at filament subscriptions.
Ooh. I had the Filament one for a while. Can't afford it at the moment, so I canceled that one. I think the only subscription I have now is my monthly tackle subscription, and Alien Box.
I
all I
get
got
one for
these
an
days.
overpriced filament that I just haven't bothered to cancel yet.
Uh-oh. Darn proto pasta.
No.
But they sent me a sample of the blood red, which I've been wanting. So
Yeah, you can't hate it too much.
I want to fix this.
and then they've
Peppa
got
wants
their
a link.
Tears of the Enemies.
That's a good one too. I think
So-
Josh needs to do a monthly subscription as well.
I think Josh does a monthly subscription, and I subscribe to it.
Hi, Mr. Buttram. No, I mean like just for filament.
He has a filament only option, doesn't he?
No. Spools. Not
Oh,
samples.
well, fine. Be that way.
Because then you can get different companies. Like,
Oh.
you know, he'll do like a cheap and then a premium in the same package for like $40 a month. So like you get like, you know, a Ziltech and then a something premium in your box every month that he sells off his website. Right,
Good
Ryan?
afternoon, Buttram.
Correct. Hi, Bob.
That was a good show, by the way, the Bob Newhart show.
I thought you were going to say, what about Bob?
That was a good movie.
Not all Bobs are good.
Yeah.
Most of them are
Oh.
assholes.
But I really do enjoy the man known as Bob Newhart. I think he was a hilarious individual. Like I tried to rewatch the Newhart show. I think I finished the first 2 seasons, and there was a lot more adult humor in there than I had realized when I was like a younger person watching it with my parents. I just thought it was goofy because like he was a psychiatrist and all the people he was working on were literally psychotic.
Yeah. I've got the satellite radio in the car. So whenever I put on the comedy channel, because after dealing with people all day, you need some comedy.
Yeah.
Whenever it's a Newhart sketch that's on, it's fantastic.
I keep forgetting that he was a stand-up comedian as well.
Yeah. He's got a bit about Howard Hughes selling off his TWA stock. That's just hilarious.
Oh man. Yeah. Ever listen to Mitch Fattel?
Yes.
He's also hilarious.
I love stand-up
Mitch
comics.
Fattel? Or
Yeah.
Greg?
Nope. Not Mitch Hedberg. Not Greg Fattel,
Okay.
but Mitch Fattel.
Never heard of it.
He has a slight mental disability. So when you hear him like speak, you can definitely hear the fact that he has a slight impairment.
Is he the one with cerebral palsy?
No.
There is a comedian with cerebral palsy.
He is, and he's also
He's funny
hilarious.
too, yeah. So I did a test print. I already broke it, but this is to make sure all the sizing's right for all the parts on the PSU.
Look at you and your fancy. What's funny is I'm one of those assholes that I'm just going to print
You just
all without
print it?
testing it.
Well, I could have printed it and then just
And
drilled
they're all
and
like,
sanded
Chris, I
everything,
told you
but
not to do that yet. I'm like,
I'm not a fan of that. Everything fit. I did have to resize one hole. And
that's what she said.
yes, she did not say that, but sure.
Are you sure?
So I got to take it back into Fusion and edit it a bit, but I don't want to have to like. I could drill it, and I've done it. Like if I only have enough filament to print one, but I have boatloads of black PETG, so
Yeah.
I had no qualms about prototyping.
I wish I could do what you're doing right now.
You could, dude. I didn't touch Fusion until like I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago.
Fusion is awesome.
Yeah.
You just got to get in it and start playing with it. Like if you can figure out Marlin, you can figure out Fusion.
I don't know. Marlin seems easy, bro.
Fusion will
easy
too, if you practice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
I've heard all
I
these
took.
stories before.
I had like one CAD class, and that was back in college. Like
Yeah, I took AutoCAD.
Like 20
because I was
years
an
ago?
engineering student, so
See,
Yeah,
if,
see, I didn't
any,
even-
I can CAD.
I didn't even have AutoCAD. I had IronCAD.
if any of the AutoCAD is still rattling around in the back of your brain, once it refreshes a little bit, Fusion will make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's because Fusion Fusion does some of the things I understand and it makes sense, but then Fusion does things that like make absolutely like they just make it way harder than it needs to be.
Yes.
But there's
And
always more than one way to do it in Fusion.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, yeah.
Photoshop, but my issue is I look at people who can design, and especially for 3D printing, they design it well, and it's also 3D printable. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
could probably design like crazy, but it wouldn't be 3D printable, and
Yeah.
that's my issue. Is
But the thing is, you know what 3D prints well, so eventually it kind of will merge. You'd be like, that wouldn't print if I saw that file, like, or that would definitely need support.
yeah.
And you could actually, I mean, in all reality, you could actually design the support already
Yeah, I could.
and export it as a, you know, like a whatever, a blocker or not an enforcer or whatever the hell it is. Or
Mhm.
I would not do that. It's a pain in the butt, but you could.
I can do anything I want to. Right. That's a song.
You can.
I have no idea if that's a song or not.
I don't know. It sounds a lot like anything you can do, I can do better, but I'm not
That's
sure.
what I meant. That's what
We're
I
just
do
going to
best.
say that Chris's brain is not 100% tonight.
Yeah, it got fried when the temperature rose over the.
Well, whatever temp it was when I was sleeping. I mean, it could have went up to 110 while I was sleeping. I have no idea. All I know is I woke up and at like 5 something in the morning in a pool of my own sweat going, I feel better. And then I
Fever
have a
broke.
little ear thermometer right there on the nightstand. Popped it in my head, pushed the button, and it read like 101 or 100. Yeah, a little bit under 101. I was like, that is way better than 102.5 when I went to bed. Like, I will take that all day, every day.
These are not good numbers.
Yeah. I don't mind like 100, 101, but once you start getting like, I've had a flu that got me to like 104, and that was like some of the worst experiences of my life.
That's the temperature I keep my hot tub at. That's too warm for body temperature.
It is too warm for. Well, eventually your body temperature is that in the hot tub if you're in there long enough.
Yeah, but I don't stay in there for like days. An
Oh.
hour is enough.
Okay.
I don't tend to run very hot, so if I have like a 99, that's already overheating.
I have a fat guy index, so I'm already always warm.
Yeah, like, there's a Kevin James bit where he talks about that. Like, why are you sweating so bad? Like, were you jumping rope in the attic? I'm like, no, I peeled an orange like an hour ago.
Like
I'm
peeled
just fat.
an orange about an hour ago.
I peeled it like that's why I'm sweating. I'm just sweating because I sweat.
Yeah, I get that way too. I'll just be like, I'm gonna make a sandwich. I'm like, why am I sweating? There isn't even any bacon in the sandwich.
The meat sweats. Those are fun.
That was a good commercial, by the way.
That was a good commercial.
Oh, Dan runs cold, 97.7. Yeah, everyone's got their temp. I'm always 98.6. Like, I am that prototypical male, 98.6.
I had heard the other day that it's changing. Like, most people aren't like 98.6 anymore. Like,
I don't know that was ever actually a thing. It was just easier to remember one number for the general public. I think if you ever talked to a doctor, they had a range they operated in.
But if they were going to just pick a number, why didn't they pick a whole number, not something that's whatever?
I think they use mercury thermometers, which weren't as accurate.
But I mean, why 98 point anything? They should have just said if you're over 98. If you're just going to pick a number, if you're going to pick a number out of the hat,
that doesn't sound as credible.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, yet it also isn't credible because not everybody is the same.
Correct. But medicine in the early days was all marketing, right? Here, drink this bourbon. It's your medicine.
Yeah.
Hey guys, ever had this?
Grandpa's old cough syrup.
You guys ever had a Luden's cough drop? Cures everything.
No, that's
Uh-oh.
Robitussin.
See if we got him working.
Sergio's
Finally.
back.
You know what happened?
You
did a
didn't. You
thing.
didn't turn on audio.
Exact. I forgot to plug in this mic, and if I don't plug in this mic here, yeah, I have problems.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, what the hell? I rebooted the computer and everything. Oh,
Been there, done that.
I usually run about 97 also. As
You
far
and
as
Dan.
temperatures. Yeah, I'm with Dan.
That's crazy. I don't know. I just always been 98.6, and it's just like, meh. I guess this is what it is.
Yeah, I think that was just an average, that number that when they came up with that. Because I know people that run about 100, and that's average for them. 99, 100, yes.
That's weird.
This one guy that I know, this guy for breakfast would eat a whole pound of bacon, a whole loaf of sliced bread, and 6 eggs, and would never gain an ounce of weight.
Well, sure, but everything in him was clogged.
Yeah, I was gonna say he gained the weight just in the arteries.
But his temperature, I guess his metabolism, he always ran about 99 degrees. His body temperature, its metabolism is just burning it off.
Burn it all off, huh?
Yeah. And he was a smoker, and when he quit smoking, he gained like 15 pounds, but lost it in like 5-6 months after that. It was all gone again.
So I don't know this guy, but I hate him.
They need to get whatever he had and bottle it up.
Yeah, he worked for me for a
Sell
couple
it for-
years. And
Man,
boy, he would eat like there was no tomorrow, and that guy
well, it's weird.
would not gain any weight.
Not to be like creepy or anything. There's like people who work out all the time, eat healthy, and they die at 40 of a heart attack with no history of heart problems, no nothing. And there's people who literally drink beer, smoke, do drugs, and eat unhealthy all the time, like McDonald's constantly, burgers, hot dog, and they live to like 100 and they're fine.
My lieutenant was a health nut in the police department. He would run every single day. I mean, he had an athlete's body.
Yeah.
He died at 50-something of a heart attack.
Well, if he's a doctor, I would say that he's. I said if he was in the police force, I'd say he probably died of stress.
Well, no, he had.
You can be as healthy as you want, and that stress can still get you.
So maybe there's a component of mental stability that goes with this, because
well, they say that's part of it. Like your heart health has a lot to do with your actual stress levels, and exercising helps, but not when you're constantly stressed mentally. Then it's actually.
But if this guy was out running and exercising and eating right every day, he's obviously mentally unstable. Because that ain't right.
Well, look, I have a brother who is right now. I think he's like 58. No, 60 something now. I don't know his exact age, but he's got diabetes. He's had a leg amputated. He's on dialysis. He's been hit by a car twice in his wheelchair. He gets COVID-19 and survives it. Figure that one out. I told him he's got 9 lives. I said he's probably used up 8. Got to start being careful.
Oh.
Yeah. It's crazy. Some people. And then you get that doctor, where was it, in New York, that was giving out all those masks or whatever. And then he gets the virus, and nobody wanted to treat him, and he dies. I mean, that's crazy.
Yep.
Oh, David Houghton's got the answer. Original temperatures were whole numbers. It was 37 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, nearest equivalent is 98.6.
Oh, that does not surprise me.
Hey, this is why we need the UK and European friends, because they'll figure out the answers for us Americans who have no idea.
And then spoon feed us.
Us ignorant assholes over here.
Because in America, they don't tell you why. They're like, yeah, average temperature is 98.6. And probably in Europe, they're like, yeah, your average temperature is 37. But in America, it's 98.6 because when you convert 37, it's 98.6. And then we're over here like, oh, thanks, teachers. What are you actually teaching me? All I know is like I'm glad I graduated when I graduated because I was at the just at the end. So I graduated in 2001. So I got out of high school right at the beginning of where standardized testing was taking over. So like we had standardized tests, but they didn't really mean anything. Like they weren't very meaningful. They're just like, oh yeah, you're this and this and that, and it's whatever. What's up, Zebra? And then now, like all they do is that like schools don't make money unless they do well on standardized tests. So let's say your school is doing well, so you get good grades on your standardized tests, so they give you more money. If you're in a district that's not doing well and you don't do well on your standardized tests, you get less money. So this makes no sense. You don't have the funds to educate your students correctly, so you lower that funds again, making it even more stressful on the teachers and making it harder. So I mean, I just see this like this is why I think the teaching is getting so bad. The teachers aren't worse. It's just the fact that they don't have the resources to teach in those harder areas. Because I bet you if I went to a smart people school instead of the public schooling system that I did, I probably would have learned what 37 degrees Celsius was. Right, David Stevens? Or David Rallenhoff?
Smart people school.
Well, here's the thing is
sure
like
you would have learned.
we even did something stupider. So when I was in middle school, they decided to try a new thing called choice. You could choose whatever school you wanted to go to in the district, and we had, let's see, East Jefferson, Auburn. So we had 5 high schools you can choose from. We have a town of 150,000 people. We had 5 high schools that you can choose from. And they're like, let's try this for a couple of years. Well, they didn't think about the fact that you had to bus kids, because normally it's your area. You live in this area, you go to that high school. Like, well, now we're busing kids from that side to go all the way to that side. So it might be one kid all the way down, like somewhere on the other side of town, 20, 30-minute drive to that school. And we wasted so, again, this is why education, I am so passionate about making sure schools have money. As long as they don't do stupid shit like that. Like, oh yeah, let's bus kids from 30 minutes out to wherever they want to go to. Like, that makes no sense, guys. Come on now.
They let people go to whatever school they want to around here, but if you don't go to the one that you're closest to, you got to transport your kid yourself.
Yeah, we didn't think about that. Yeah, we just made the busing system.
And even then, like within reason, because like everybody would take their kids to the same school and it would be overcrowded. So like there's other things involved. But.
Yeah, we had our freshman class was 400 students, like over 400 students for our freshman year. When I graduated, with under 200 kids in our senior class.
Yeah, so my graduating class was about 300, all the way through, start to finish.
Oh, lucky you, having smart kids in your class.
They weren't that smart.
Yeah,
mine was the largest in the history of my high school, and it was 49 people.
Oh, that's a high school that I would love to go to.
See, I had 99 kids in my class from
it was pre-K through 12, and there was like 1,200 students total.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Yeah. I got no answers. All I know is I'm glad I got the education at the time when they still had education that wasn't based on how well you did on your testing, and they spent more time teaching you how to take tests well than they did actually teaching you something.
I went to school in New York, and let me tell you, those schools were crowded.
Yeah. Well, again, you get all major cities have that issue, man.
Yeah.
Because they're funded so poorly. Like Illinois gets a lot of its school funding based on lotto ticket funds. Supposedly, a huge chunk of the money that goes towards lottos is supposed to go towards schooling, right?
Well, isn't that the case now in most states?
Yeah, but they don't tell you that it's based on population. So,
okay,
if Chicago, which has the greatest density, gets the most of that money, right. So by the time they're done with all the money, they don't like go equal. Like, okay, there's this many schools, so let's divide it out equally. No, it's this city has this density, so this gets this percentage, which is there's no other city in Illinois that has that much population density. So you basically the rest of the schools in Illinois get jack shit. So,
Yeah.
and that's how it is in most states. Like they don't divvy it up like, okay, you know, you would think like, okay, there's 1,000 schools in our state. Let's give each school this much money, like, and each, you know, and let's say like a school that has more students would get a little bit more, and a school with less students would get a little bit less, because that would make sense. Something logical. Nope, they base it on city first. So city density first. Okay, you have this density, so we're going to give you this much of it. Oh, nothing else is even close, so you guys get like $5. Good luck. You know, and then they do shit like when I left, they did experimenting. I don't know if you ever saw that nonsense where they were experimenting with block scheduling in our high school. So they gave our school like $1 million to test block scheduling. So freshman class got to block schedule, and they would try it out. So they're like experimenting on kids in school to see if this helps or not. And the schools take it because they need the money. So while it could be extremely detrimental, you know, does that outweigh the possible positive? Like, is it really that bad before that you need to try something totally new to then bank on it? But they end up losing the money because they have to, you know, they have to section off a certain part of the school, because if they're doing block scheduling, we can't rotate the classes like we normally would do. You know, it's just one big school. Like normally you'd be like, okay, here's where all these classes are, and you just go to it. You wouldn't go, oh, I can't enter that area. And they had their own time schedule. Like they would show up at a different time than we did, and they'd leave at a different time than us, which had made new busing schedules. I'm just like, this doesn't make sense.
It's crazy how schools are now compared to when I went to school. Like my granddaughter is just going to high school now.
Mm-hmm.
She got accepted into, so they had two different programs that she had a choice of. She's a 4.0 student.
Nice.
She got the President's Award. She got the Superintendent's Award this year. And so she got to pick this one school the high school that she's going to. Now check this out. When she graduates high school, she will already have her associate's degree.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to do that at our school, but someone decided to sue our school district. When I was in middle school, someone sued our school district, saying that AP classes weren't fair, and they won. So they got rid of all of our AP classes that would help, like, because a lot of the AP classes also worked with college courses. So you get some college credits at the local community college. Nice. And because they said it was unfair for smart kids to get this advantage, and I'm like, that's
totally ridiculous.
It's not an advantage. It's just they're putting in the effort to do well, so they get this. It's not that it's not a. You could do this too. Like I always say that you can be whatever you want to be to a certain extent. Like, you know, I know things I'll never be able to learn, and I'll just admit them. Like I just don't get certain things. Like I don't get programming. Like I tried it, just don't understand it. Doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, like, you know, building shit with my hands, I understand it. Like it's fine.
I always struggled with math. And it was only just math, like algebra and all that, like anything that was just math for math's sake. Mm-hmm. But like when I was in college and I got into like, you know, physics, and I was in physics in high school, but like college physics and statistics, I didn't have a problem with that. That was not a big deal. But just math for math's sake was not. I couldn't handle it.
Because nobody ever explained the real world application of it and put it in terms that could be used.
What?
Yeah, well, I'm never going to need to know how to factor a trinomial, ever. Ever. You show me a person that has to factor a trinomial every day.
When's the last time you differentiated an equation? In the real world?
Daily.
Yeah, no, I never got that far.
I have a math minor, so differential equation.
I needed one more math class for a math minor, and I was like, you know what? I've already got 2 minors. I'm not doing a third.
Yeah, but that's like I was an engineering degree, and like it's literally one more class to get a math minor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so
I did
just do it.
Well, that's what I was doing. I was already getting 2 engineering minors with my engineering major, and I was like, I'm just going to be lazy and not do a math minor. But that's what almost everybody I went to school with did the same thing. So it's one more math class.
How much you want to bet the lawyer and judge on that trial were jocks? I can tell you one thing about the local system. One of my buddies is a lawyer here, and he literally requests every single court case and never have her in it. And the reason is he's like, literally, this person has no grasp of how to apply law to a case, and that's the issue with judges. Every judge has their view on how to apply precedent to a case. Like, cases aren't just like, you have a speeding ticket and they figure it out. There's always precedent, there's points, there's a system, but then they can view in on that with their own opinion. So if they don't like you, they can give you a worse fine. And this is where, like our current situation in America, why we have
Problems?
Protests and problems, because there isn't like a set rule. You do this is what happens. It's you do this, and that person might get less of a sentence. This one might get more of a sentence, and and depending on how the judge is feeling that day or whatever, everything is crap. And he's literally like, every time she's on my sheet as my judge, I request, and she hates it. She hates it. I constantly, because they get paid to do this, and if she's on the list and she gets requested off, it looks bad on her. And he's like, every time we get into argument, every single time, he goes, I know my stuff. Like, I know, he goes like, I know I'm not wrong on these things. This, like, literally I'll literally bring up cases that, or he'll literally bring up cases that will be like, look at all this precedent for exactly what I'm saying. Cause he does stuff like, with corporate law. Like, look at this court case. This is exactly what they did. And this person's trying to say something completely different. And it's like, that's all I got, Judge. like this is how the rules are made. Like 400 other judges said this, and you're just gonna go, no. I can't. Like, how do you become a lawyer when they just do that? Like, it's different when it's like a, what am I trying to say? It's different when it's something new, something that's never been seen before, something rare,
unprecedented.
Yeah. It doesn't have precedent. It's unprecedented. So you got to kind of, shoot from the hip. And he's like, I have no shoot from the hip cases.
That's where they just take educated guesses as to what they should do. But
oh yeah,
that's why they call it practicing law.
They also call it practicing medicine.
Yeah,
they do.
What's that tell you?
Yeah, well, many people die under the scalpel.
Oh.
I've been seeing, there's like I don't know where these videos are coming from, but there's like this doctor that he watches like clips from doctor shows,
mm-hmm.
and then just kind of like comments on them, like gives his opinion, like this is really good. They did a lot of really good stuff in this, and like that was just, or he'd say like, this is just not even, this would never happen ever in a. But I've been loving they did Scrubs. And he's like, some of this stuff is actually like really on, and some of it's just for show. Like, I mean, it's funny. He's like, I really enjoy this, but
has he done House yet? Because I just love to see his.
I haven't seen that one. I need to actually find where he's putting the series. I keep seeing him on Facebook, but I don't. But it's funny. He did House. He did. What was the other one? The Good Doctor. And
Bones.
I haven't seen that one yet either.
I don't know.
I've only seen like 3 of them, but I just think it's funny because you could tell he's very like knowledgeable about what's going on in the hospitals, and be like, and it's kind of funny because he'll pause it and be like, this is what like those symptoms would mean, and then they show the clip, and sometimes it's like way off, like they're treating something completely different or spot on, but
that's cool.
I just thought it was funny.
I watch those a lot for vocal coaches that listen to music for the first time, especially out of their genre. Like, ever watched Sound of Music by Disturbed?
Mm-hmm.
So we all know Sound of Music is Simon Garfunkel, right? I think.
Sound of Silence?
Sound of Silence.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sound of Music's a music.
Sound of Silence. Sound of Silence.
In the Alps. And
I'm not all there yet. Yeah, Sound of Silence by.
I did hear
Simon.
that.
And Disturbed did a cover on it.
Yes.
And there's you can watch the reaction videos of actual vocal coaches who are not in the genre listening to it, and they're just like, their minds are blown. Because again, you'd think that the singer of a more grungy metal band would not be able to hit certain keys or whatever. And they're like, this guy's hitting things that I couldn't teach. So there was one guy who started tearing up like in the middle of it. He just like, this is amazing. And this guy is a what kind of musician? Those are my favorite.
The weirdest part was I asked Alexa to play The Sound of Silence, and I got the Disturbed version, not the other one.
It's so good. It's so good. The cover is so good.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite version of that song, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's hard to say that because it's a good song to begin with. Like, it's a good, emotional, fun, just a good song to listen to. And then all of a sudden you're like, this guy's not going to do a good job. But then you're like, okay, never mind. I was completely wrong because this is fantastic. So, Sean Butler jumped in. Dave was from a magnet school, yeah. Sponsored by IBM. And Brown University sponsored my cool. My graduating class was 4,000.
That's huge.
Holy crack fiend. That's like my entire high school would have been.
That's about the size of my entire high school.
Oh, maybe not. I think it was about. I was the largest, so our class was the largest freshman class.
Yeah.
So I think about 1,500 or under 1,200, 1,500 would probably been like.
That was like 23 years ago. I got no idea how big the class was.
See, David knows it's a good cover. Man, I hope everyone watches that cover now. It's just such a good cover.
So much shit.
I mean, it's the guy who did the wah! I mean, you wouldn't think the wah guy would be the guy who would cover Sound of Silence.
Same guy.
What did that guy do again?
Yeah, I did not realize it was the same guy, Chris. That's kind of funny.
Same guy. But I mean, he has ridiculous vocal range, which is why he could do grungy crazy, and then jump directly to whatever he was, his other thing he was doing.
I was watching a guy. He's got a channel on YouTube. It's like, does it rock or not, or something like that. Anyway, he almost always does reviews of metal bands. And he watching him react to when he heard Avi Kaplan from Pentatonics the first time, he was just like bowled over. It was really, really kind of funny.
And there's Dave with the jokes.
Dave with the jokes.
Nice. Oh yeah, you see my little duck army? I've got quite a few of them actually floating around here.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of tiny ducks. I threw a couple away because the squeaker stopped working, and the other one was squished so deformed that I'm like,
Squeaker stopped working. That sounds like you need to make a warranty claim.
Back in a minute.
I don't know where. I've got one around here with a cap and gown on it that I got for graduation. I have a collection of rubber ducks. So when I got a rubber duck from Big Tree Tech, I was happy because I don't eat gummy bears. So I was like,
unless it's a sugar-free kind.
I don't like gummy candy at all. So.
Oh man,
my wife does, but she says Albanese is far better than Haribo. We've made that determination.
Albanese are actually made in Indiana.
Yep,
I've been to the factory.
Ultimates are literally the greatest things I've ever had in my life. That's a lot of children noises.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse my son. He's decided he wants to be on the stream as well.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, sorry. He's watching his T-Rexes and pretending to be a T-Rex.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm also watching T-Rexes.
Yeah, Dickosaurus doesn't count.
Are you sure?
That's the D-Rex, not the T-Rex.
The old D-Rex. Right, I haven't checked this first layer. This is probably pretty bad. But oh no, that's fine. Is that too close or too far away? I can't tell. We're just gonna leave it. Whatever.
As long as it sticks to the bed, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what they all say. Until it doesn't stick to the bed.
Or till you hammered it in really close. That's
Portillo's.
Ooh, Portillo's.
Yeah, my wife.
Chocolate cake shake? Is that what someone said?
That sounds delicious.
Every time we go to freaking IKEA in Indianapolis, we have to go to Portillo's.
You don't just. Oh, the kids are all saying Portillo's.
Did somebody say Portillo's? I heard it.
You made a squeaker for a friend's rifle? Oh yeah, that's the DC module.
But I don't remember ordering this. Is this the one that fits the
1.4.
SKR ports?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it just came. I bought the little kit that came with the EPS and the writer because it was cheaper than buying them separately. And
Yeah.
it was in the same package, so I guess it comes with that kit. Who knows? I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but whatever. There it is.
My buddy just sent me the forecast for the next 7 days in his city. 107, 110, 112, 110, 105,
That's gross.
105,
City is
105, 104. Orland, California.
Yep. Not going there. Somewhere.
Uh-oh, Dave. Complaint.
Somewhere
Complaint. He needs a full money rebate. Full money back guarantee if they don't come with candy in it. You know what's funny is we never had a Portillo's in town. I always had to go to Chicago or the burbs to get my Portillo's fix. Now we have one in town. I'm no longer amused, so I no longer go to Portillo's.
You've burned yourself out. Did you go like 7 days a week for
No.
the last?
I never really loved Portillo's, but I loved going to it on the way back from something in the burbs.
It had to be a treat.
Yeah.
It was special.
Like the beefs are good.
And that's why I like
cake
it
is
so
amazing.
much. The only reason why I could like it so much is I probably only ever got it maybe every other year.
Yeah.
Or once a year.
I mean, that's how it was when I was a kid. Like, we'd leave with the parents, go to the burbs or something, and be like, oh, let's stop by Portillo's and get a hot dog or something. Like, ooh, it's a Chicago-style hot dog. This is, like, fancy. It's got hot peppers and celery salt on it, as along with pickles and tomatoes and...
The super dog. Jumbo dog.
Firing Jeremy on a Monday. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Oof.
All right, Brian. I hope you're happy. Boy, you just put a man out of a job during a recession and a pandemic. So
But it's entirely possible that he can make more money not working.
I've got to place another printed solid, Dave, order because I got to get some Bondtech parts from you.
Mm.
I am serious about getting you to get me some Wawa pretzels. I will.
Ooh.
Oh my god. I don't know who you are, but I would love you forever.
That's my wife. That's who would eat the pretzels.
All right, Dave, you need Wawa pretzels.
Like,
Twice the price.
No, we're not going to pay twice the price.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
yes.
I don't give a fuck what he says.
She's giving away the firstborn just for pretzels.
Dave, you want an employee that works for cheap and it might be potty trained?
My wife.
Dave, you want a wife? This is easier than our president got one. He at least had to order it from the mail, and it took a while to get here. Yours has the residency ship already. That's been the funniest meme I've seen recently was he's trying to destroy the postal service while also having a mail order bride. Honestly, are you kidding me? The memes right now are great. It's the only thing keeping me alive right now. I think like
Right themselves.
I don't believe in all of the memes, but they just brings joy to me.
Laughter is the best medicine. I don't think it cures COVID, but
It makes COVID
close.
more bearable.
yes.
Because man, when I saw that, I think I peed myself a little bit laughing so hard. He shipped her DHL. Yeah, right.
Paid
That other
extra.
meme is
Pay for
hilarious
extra
too.
shipping.
Like, have you seen like how much it would cost to mail a letter versus any of the other methods of shipping a letter? Shipping a letter, post office, 50 cents. Shipping a letter through DHL, $17.95. Like, Oh, this is good. I was dying. Literally, I was dying. I think my temperature was 102 at the time. Who am I going to spread it to? There's no one down here. Is my
Monkey left the basement.
is my Sony camera going to get sick?
It's like.
I'm sorry, Phantom Star Killer. I'll get a mask for you.
Now that would be funny if you were 3D printing masks for all of your busts.
One designer's got to do it.
Clip on masks.
Yeah, well, the Wexter's the first responders prints he had were amazing. That was a really good. Dave's talking about how much just because you live in Delaware and you have to pay them well.
He's done a lot of masks recently.
Oh,
Dave's trying to tell you need to laugh in your heart. like the
Don't
Japanese
laugh out
people. Don't scream on the roller coasters. You gotta scream in your heart. Laugh in your heart.
Do it with a closed head. Why do I always want to put this suction cup thing on everything and just try to suction stuff? This is just
everything. He says everything.
That last motion
forehead.
was just because you secretly want to be a unicorn.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love printing unicorns. I
I'm
mean,
a pretty
imagine
pony.
if
I'm a pretty
humans
pony.
grew giant sharp horns. We wouldn't need to buy weapons. We would just
joust without lances.
Yeah. That was a really good meme too. They said we should ban all guns and take them all and destroy them all and give everyone swords. Everyone gets a free sword. So if you ever have to do combat, it has to be with swords.
I have a really awesome one of those in my closet here.
It's downstairs now. I use it to keep the boogeyman out.
Does it expand?
No. Fuck no. No, it's in a nice case and everything.
Oh, wow. That is a fancy case.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow.
But is it in the case?
Yeah, it's hidden.
Really? You want to go all the way?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's
you
down
don't
here.
tell me you got an awesome sword and then show us the box.
Sure you do.
It's like my wife is hot, and you're like, no pictures?
That's exactly what you do.
Is that from Inuyasha or Dragon Ball Z?
Neither.
Oh shit.
But it does have a nice. See if the camera will pick it up.
Is it Damascus?
Ooh, driver's.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Nice.
A lot of places will never ship a sword that way. I mean, remember when we went to the mall and you could buy swords? The only way they legally could get away with that was because they were not sharpened.
In the kiosk.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
mall
but then I
ninja.
worked at Bass Pro, and we had a professional knife sharpener, and he would sharpen them for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amanda, the question is not why I have a sword. The question is why do I have 12?
Because Bob knows that he's going to battle someone to the death with a sword versus shooting them.
Bob's got one in every color because he needs to be fashion forward.
If he's wearing black, he brings the black sword. If he's wearing gray, he brings the silver sword.
It's all about the accessories.
Oh, that's a good question. Why do you have 12 SW rods?
Rods.
Bob is a knight, yes.
Bob Knight. That's definitely a
Except for that was
Indiana
a
joke.
katana, so it'd be a horrible knight because he doesn't have an actual knight sword.
Well, I mean, what's a samurai but a katana in Japan? I mean, but a knight in Japan.
a Japanese knight. Is that what you're
English
saying?
is hard.
They spelled samurai wrong. It was Knight.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's the loose translation.
Is that a Hatari Hanzo sword? Oh.
No. Horrible fucking movie.
Oh, throwing the gauntlet down
Jeez,
there.
tell us how you really feel, Bob.
Let's find out something.
I didn't catch that. What movie was that?
Kill Bill.
Monkey.
Hello. Monkey?
I didn't like that either.
I liked everything but the part where she couldn't say no to that guy, and then I wanted to punch the TV screen.
See?
Like, tried to watch G.I. Jane, couldn't finish watching it.
I didn't even try on that one.
Yeah.
I can watch most movies, regardless of how bad they are, because I just say, you know what? It's just a movie.
There's certain things I can't watch. Like,
I can only
that's one of those
suspend
things
my
in the world that
disbelief so
even
far.
like don't like you can tell me that it happened. That's fine. We don't need to reenact it in the movie. Like, no reenaction needed. No, just say it happened. You know,
Say it ain't so.
It's like I Spit on Your Grave. Like, that is such a hard movie to watch.
No, Human Centipede.
Have you watched the original I Spit on Your Grave?
Speak for yourself, Jordan.
I would really rather watch the Human Centipede and Human Centipede 2.
What about Human Centipede 3?
Sure. If there's a third one, I'll rather watch that.
Pretty sure there is.
Yeah, if there's a horror movie, there's got to be more than 7 of them. It's just how it is. Ceremony. Oh.
There's some quality control right there. Come on, focus.
Oh, is it Bentied?
Ben
yeah.
did?
Yeah.
It's the DIY version.
They're like, hey, does this look good? This is good for a fan crowd, right?
That's the guy. The guy that QA'd that's the guy that only has 1 foot, so he kind of stands at a little bit of a list. That's straight.
Oh.
How was your new leg, Mr. Monkey?
Shots fired.
Listen here, a-holes. I was in the middle of Googling Human Centipede, and now all of a sudden I'm
Being bombarded.
Jesus.
and there is a third one, Chris. There's a third one, and the trailer of it is like, or the poster has like 100 people in like.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I mean, why start with 3 and then go to 5 when you go to 400? Like,
Yeah. I want the entire town of Rockford in one end and out the other.
that's 150,000 people. There's definitely some people who I don't want to be that close to.
Yes. But would you mind if they're that close to you? Because I mean, you could be the front. What if you're the front?
Oh,
Like,
man.
is that the best position
Okay.
in the Human Centipede?
Yes.
The front?
I don't mind
Oh.
pooping into someone's mouth. That's not gonna
Okay,
be
I had no idea.
Here
where
we
you
go.
going with this. I
We're
just
going
did
down this.
something
Are we going down this path?
Yeah, so
going
Human
through the whole
Centipede, if
town
you
of
don't know, is
Rockford and,
they
let
take
somebody
one
scream
person
from
and they sew the mouth
Sew 'em. Yeah.
to the butthole of the other, so that way they
oh,
feed.
Jesus Christ.
So you feed the first one, it feeds all the rest.
The hell are you guys watching?
Scary movies.
That doesn't sound like a scary movie. That just sounds like a bad movie.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds scary to me.
Yeah, I was pretty
I'd be
scared.
scared to be at the end of that one.
I mean, in the first one where the guy was like, "I'm so sorry," and then they're like,
He was
"Whoa!"
holding it for days. Yeah, it was just such a terrible movie. My leg. New topic. My leg. It
Did I
was
step into something?
no. My leg is fine, thank you. I tried it on Friday. It was delightful. I wish I could have brought it home, but I'm not allowed yet. But I will go back tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Sorry, Monday, and I will do a little more leg time, and hopefully the next day a little more, and the next day a little more, and I'm hoping by the end of the week they let me bring it home. I don't need to be walking around with it. I just want to have it to play with and to exercise with. Because
to throw it at people.
No, it feels like it weighs 15 pounds.
Yeah,
It only
you gotta
weighs
pay
about
more
5.
for the carbon fiber variant.
No, that's coming, and I don't have to pay for any of it. Thank you.
Damn it!
It's just that it feels like it weighs 15 pounds because my muscles on my leg are only used to moving a leg that's this long.
They've slightly atrophied.
So, like, when I first finished surgery, like when I first moved around, my leg would move really quickly. Because your muscle, like you're expecting to move more mass than it's actually there.
Yeah.
So it moved really quickly, and it was really disconcerting. Now I'm used to it, and I can move it around no problem and everything like that. But when I had the bigger leg on there, it felt so heavy. And he's like, "Yeah, you'll get used to it quick." And I said, "I'll get used to it quicker if I take it home."
Are you gonna get a running foot and a?
I'm getting a running blade in the future.
Skiing foot.
But why?
Bob, they tell me I should physically exercise. I tell them they're wrong.
They've been telling you that since you were 6.
They did. They have. I was a husky fellow. Actually, no. Like I was like incredibly skinny until like grade 9, and then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. You mean I can sit around, eat chips, and watch TV?" Done.
You know what they stopped us from doing that in America? The Presidential Fitness Awards with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That got us so hyped in America to lose weight. I mean, look at America's fitness now.
Yeah, it was huge. No, wait, that's America. You're huge.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody in chat stand up.
Hey,
Sergio's in shape.
That's because Sergio's the only one of us that still works a real job.
Buttram and Bob don't work real jobs.
Buttram's the AV guy.
I think you're muted, Buttram.
I joke that every promotion I've had is.
Oh, he's not muted. I think he's just.
Oh, no,
he's
my
lisping.
bad. No,
Was he so rage screaming that he was at another octave?
No, I said
What's up, Carl?
I am a shape. Round is a shape.
Absolutely round is a shape. Hair is
Sure.
a shape. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people in the background. They look cute.
Yeah, there's my youngest, and
I completely
Emmett.
blame my current employer for that. For all of
Come here.
this.
Aren't you your own current employer?
No, I work for somebody else.
Yeah.
I was just high up there on the list.
I was 120 pounds when I
Oh,
started
it's a
working for
tiny
them.
Buttram.
Yeah, I had
Oh, hello,
Is
little
Marshall
Buttram.
your favorite on Paw Patrol?
can you hear him?
Hi, buddy.
Is your dad a weirdo?
Does your dad smell?
Your
Can you
dad's a
tell?
Marshall
weirdo.
isn't his
He's-
favorite on Paw Patrol.
He's a little shy. Oh, Marshall
They-
Marshall has to be his favorite because his grandfather is a firefighter.
Nice.
They get less shy, and then they don't stop talking.
Oh no, he doesn't.
It'll happen.
He took a 3-hour nap today. I'm not looking forward to trying to put him to bed tonight.
Why would you let him do that?
I don't think
Hey,
it's tonight.
I don't wake a sleeping baby, man. If he's taking
Oh,
3
no,
hours
you-
nap, he deserves a 3-hour nap.
You know how
No,
you get
they
tall?
sure don't.
You go to bed. That's why I'm only 5'8" because I kept.
But you're
I kept.
you're
not-
5'9" if you lay in bed for a while.
And don't give him any
Short
sugar.
face, you'll be 5'10".
If I lay down, the only thing that gets taller isn't.
That's a different direction.
Hang on, wait. Yeah, there's John back.
Yeah, well, he's been in here.
He's been in here.
Oh, I should show these off. Robbie Mack dropped these off today. These are extender rings for my dehydrator.
Do they fit?
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's surprising.
And that was like, I mean, I designed them. So I measured and drew it up in Fusion and then just told them to print it. And I said, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
How long did it take to print?
You designed a cylinder in Fusion?
Oh, these were like 20. It's not just a cylinder, douchebag. And then there's another lip on the inside.
Wait.
You can't
It's a
see it.
cylinder with a notch.
There's more lip?
Hey,
So you're
there's a
saying you need-
chamfer.
You need more
There's a
lip. is what you're
chamfer, and there's tolerance built in, so you can all eat a fatty.
saying. Yes, we do tolerate you.
But they do fit.
Well, can you bring us some of those fatties to chew on? Because
You can, yes.
Is
Yeah.
it-
No, those were like 20-hour prints. So he did 2 20-hour
it's
prints.
the only thing I miss about not having a Creality printer. I like having that 400.
Yeah, he had the S4.
S5. Oh, S4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 404.
Yeah. See, I've got the CR10S, so I've got 300 by 300.
I gotta get
He
that.
had
Chiron put back together. I'm getting some orange PETG tomorrow, so I'll start printing the parts for this and put it back together. And then
You
I'll have
sold it.
What? No. Sold the
Still
i3
true.
Mega.
Oh, okay, not the Chiron.
I think
No, not the Chiron, and then bought a Mini.
Oh,
if I ever get a bigger
he's
printer,
gone down the well. You get one Prusa and then you own 7.
Yeah, but you don't have any Prusas anymore.
I learned my lesson.
Not really.
Shots
Still
fired.
You live in the well, man.
Shots fired.
Well, I just learned that their firmware is garbage. So
There's some things in here that are a pain in the ass, and there's other parts that I thoroughly enjoy.
oh yeah, the like all the wizards and all that stuff and how it's built and
Beautiful.
all the extra stuff.
Like
Amazing.
And the
every printer needs to start doing that shit. But then I
Yeah.
can add that shit in custom commands in Marlin. So I have a nozzle change feature. It moves the hot end up to the near max height, locks all the axes in the center, and it heats to 280. And I can change the nozzle, and it's amazing. Like,
Yeah, but you don't really even need firmware to do that if you
I
know
know,
how to write a
but
G
I'm a-
code to run.
but that's all it is G code.
Well, but I mean, you
But
could
it's saved as
could
a
have a
menu
G
item that
code
says
file. You
nozzle
just-
change.
print
Yeah,
nozzle
I-
change.
having those bed sheet options there's nice. When I click a print and it decides to print the next one down because the encoder's touchy, that's a pain in the ass.
But that's on you for not looking before you press enter.
No, but
Their encoder
Why-
is really touchy.
their encoder's really touchy, but also why is it not confirm? Why do I not have the confirm option?
They remove that.
Yep.
It's too
See?
slow.
For your good,
Remember,
That's
they
a
based this off
feature.
of Marlin like
Jordan. That's a feature.
0.9. So.
Well, okay. Touchy encoder or what? I've never done that on either of those machines.
Well, maybe I'm too much of a hurry.
I've definitely
I purposely have been slowing myself down with it because I'm so used to
You were so
spin,
excited.
touch.
Are you late for work? You in a hurry or something?
I
He
got
was
ready
just
to run.
super excited. He has a Prusa, so
I
he's just
had a race to run.
vibrating with.
Come on, he's now on the same level as all the other people, all the other influencers. So he's like,
Printing right now.
Let me ask
And look
you
at
guys
this,
a
Chris.
question. I'm about to print a
Nice.
file, but Prusa says there are empty layers. How do I fix it?
uh-oh.
Take it into NetFab and
Right
Yeah,
click
you
the
have to
little
look at
triangle and
Or you use another slicer that allows you to print empty layers.
That's true. Are you printing are you printing something that is solid, or are you printing that like the face shields?
No, it's a dice tower.
Yeah, shit.
It shouldn't have
when
any
I
layers.
when
then,
I
so probably
printed
is,
this in Prusa Slicer, it skipped layers, like it just didn't show up. But then I took the same file into Simplify 3D and it was fine. So
yeah, that's
Really?
the issue. Is some of them like I'll take some files in Simplify 3D and it's like, haha, fuck you. And then it'll work in Prusa Slicer. Then I'll.
but
take
also
some
if
things
you
in Prusa Slicer
find
and
it
be
in
like,
a
haha.
slicer, just find the little triangle that says there's errors and just click it and then say repair and then usually
Unless
it's
you have a
fine.
Mac.
Okay.
They haven't figured out how to highlight from Mac to NetFab.
Yeah.
That is disabled.
I'm disabled.
No, not really.
I got one leg, bro.
you're not unabled.
Yeah. It's not like if I come to your house, you can't get me a gosh darn glass of water if I ask for you.
I can give you some Fresca.
You Canadians and your
Some
Fresca.
Schweppes.
Hey, Fresco's
Some
good.
Schweppes.
It is. I used to
Or-
drink
or
a
I
lot
got-
of Fresca.
Got water.
Yeah, water.
I love Fresca. Fresca's so good. What's clicking?
Fresca
What
is the
clicks?
Zima of sodas.
Zima.
That's a little harsh. I don't think it's that bad.
No, it's not.
It's a good mixture.
You also don't add Jolly Ranchers to your Fresca, but
No.
you did to your Zimas because, good lord, that was the only way to drink them sometimes.
I had
do
a
have
better
a
solution.
big giant kitty
Oh, you printed the Black Panther?
twice.
Oh, you messed up the first one, didn't you?
I made it too small. So the first one was a 175% scale and is up on the shelf up there. And I just realized it's too small to match the other ones I've been printing. So this one was done 200% scale, body on the Predator, base on the MK3.
See, all I ever do now is set everything to 180 millimeters tall. So that way all my busts are the same height.
The downside to that, though, is when it's a separate bust and base, because, yeah, your bust may be 180 mils tall or something like that, but then
Yeah, but when you
Some of
set
them
it to
have different
180,
bases.
it changes the scaling, and then you just add that scaling to the next. To the
You know,
base.
but what I'm saying is, some people make the base really thick, so the bust sits up higher. Some they're lower. Some Chris licks. We got it. Eastman needs to fix Commissioner
Just
Gordon.
the bust.
Still.
He needs to fix what?
Commissioner Gordon.
Why? What's wrong with Commissioner Gordon?
The base doesn't key into the bust properly.
Does when I do it.
You ram jammed it.
No.
Just
I
drill a
always
bigger
print
hole.
the bases a 0.5% smaller.
Yeah, if you look at the base file and the bust file, the actual shape for the keying, they're not the same. He actually said he screwed up. It was on an old version, but he's been busy and hasn't fixed it yet. So Mike Commish is just sitting up here, chilling out.
I didn't print Commish. I did print Dr. Doom.
Oh
but I
yeah,
messed
no, the
up
Commish.
because-
So you didn't even print Commish, but yet you're giving me a hard time. So Commish turned out awesome. The glasses even came out really good too.
There you go.
That was all no supports for the like. He has a test file for it, so you can print it to see if it's going to fail. And this was only 75% scale, which I'm surprised about. Normally, that when you get smaller, they fail pretty easy. I got to do the Doom.
It's the only one that I wanted to print out of the combo because I loved Dr. Doom. Fantastic Four was one of my fave comics to go to.
Doom's fantastic.
Just because I love Dr. Doom. I didn't like anyone in the Fantastic Four, but I love Dr. Doom.
Yeah, this Commish is really good though. It's like,
yeah, but
how we
you
should.
don't have this one from Fotis, so that's all that matters to me.
I can.
Bet you can't.
Betcha I could.
Nuh-uh. Because I'll be like, Fotis, don't give it to him. He'd be like, fine, I won't give it to him.
Children.
Now, if only we get our hands on the one that Joel is printing from him, that would be awesome. I love how grubby.
Is that what it called? Is that
like
the
mine.
Phantom Star Killer?
Yep. Phantom Star Killer.
Dude, he's at the beach. You don't have to email him now.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
He's putting his phone down now.
He had already done it. Like, well, you guys weren't paying attention. It was already done. It was before he even started this conversation. He'd already done it.
That's our Jordan.
And I may have only started the sentence with Chris says. And see now, Chris, put your phone down. What are you texting him for?
Oh no, I'm not texting him. My buddy. So I was supposed to do an engagement session today, but again, I've been sick. So my second photographer went out and shot it for me, and he dropped off the memory card into the mailbox, so that way I can edit the pictures.
Hooray!
Hey, those are words.
Oh, Amanda wants to. I can't give anybody a wrench. I'm not logged into the FDM Lounge account. Yeah, look at that. I'm on the third layer now of that print because I print that Dr. Doom huge.
She's not the only one without a wrench, though. I think Off Axis doesn't have one either.
Oh, I'm a bad kid.
So she's not being
Brian
singled
Weber.
out. Yeah.
You know what? Actually,
Dave Randolph doesn't even have a wrench
Randolph doesn't
either.
have a wrench. Yeah. And Chris told me today that he let Justin back in the shenanigans.
Well, that's good.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
And I'll make sure not to push buttons again.
I wish it was because you were a girl that I didn't give you a. I don't think you've ever been in the FDM Lounge chat with me logged in as the FDM Lounge main account, so I can add anything. Because I'm always under my normal account when I pop open chat, so it's like I can't do shit. I can't moderate. I can report you and block you. That's all I can do.
Well,
I'm not even a moderator on my own
He
thing.
unmoderated himself.
Yep, so, look, I don't even have a wrench on me.
Let's put him in timeout.
Yes.
Can you shut it down?
I mean, Bob said.
Well, that
Bob
totally
says lots of things, but that doesn't mean we have to go through.
Yeah, and Monkey does it. No, there was something. There was one stream I was in where Chris Galata and I were both moderators for, and like we were joking we should time each other out or something. Or he's like, I would time you out, but I can't because you're a moderator. Well, like the next live stream that we jumped into after that one was over, like he immediately like timed me out. I think it was like Chris Riley's stream or something.
I think I remember
That's
seeing
the
that.
only one that I wasn't moderator in.
Because Ryan's a big moderator, big shot. He's a moderator in everything.
I don't care, Jordan. You can say that all you want. And I'm not a moderator everywhere, but I am a moderator here. So,
by the way, the two Chris's were streaming at the same time, and I'm watching two streams at the same time.
I blame Chris Riley for not checking the schedule because I booked out my thing 2 weeks ago.
I know you did. Yeah.
Booked it where?
Everywhere. It was on the
go
Maker's
anywhere?
Guide. It was on my channel. I had shared it. Slice Engineering was sharing it like once every other day.
They were. I was retweeting it for him.
I think Grubby Zebra put up a colorblind test.
I think it says Huck. It says Huck or Hick.
Advertisement for
I think it says cough. Now it says cough.
It's a coffee mug rug my wife made.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good to break out when the kids are getting to be too much.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Oh, wow.
Gotta believe in something, right?
Hey, man, if I can believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, I can believe in whatever I want.
As long as nobody believes anything I say, we're still in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
That's why
I
I
can
stay
fly.
friends with so many people. I just don't believe anything they say.
I believe I wouldn't believe what Bob said.
Nice.
I believe I can fly.
I believe I can touch the sky.
There we go.
My smart-ass wife just said, I would highly doubt that you can fly there. Like, she questions it. That's
Well,
a falling joke. That's
Didn't
a
you
leg
try
joke.
once and it didn't work out so well for you?
See?
Hey, Jordan.
He wasn't flapping. He was't flapping enough.
We're on the internet.
Hey, Jordan, you're the only one without
Hey,
a shirt.
Okay, have fun.
I just noticed we're all wearing black shirts except Jordan. Should we tie him up?
We didn't. He didn't get the memo.
Okay.
I didn't get the memo that today's black. What day is today? Sunday? Saturday. Wow.
Saturday.
Wow. I lost a day, so I have no idea where we're at. I went fishing 2 days ago, and it was like the best day of my life, and then all of a sudden, I'm like dying in my bed.
Oh, that might be an idea for tomorrow.
Fishing?
Dying?
In your bed.
Oh.
Are you gonna wait? I know what you're gonna do. You and the wife are going to tie-dye your bed.
Jackson
No.
Pollock it?
Mm.
Mm.
Only under the black light.
No. Yes.
No, Bob's the squirter.
of molten plastic, right? That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yep. And he doesn't mess with that. He doesn't have a hardened nozzle, so he doesn't get that. He doesn't get the glow in the dark.
He's only got the soft brass nozzle.
No, he's got the Olsen Ruby. You got to watch out for the tip.
It's a little
Just
sharp.
the tip.
It cracks under pressure.
Yeah, it cracks under pressure. Don't try to brush it.
Oh.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to hop off.
Have fun, Mr. Ryan.
See you, Mr.
Bye.
B.
Hi, Ryan.
Try to put the
I
kid
love-
to bed. So
We
Do it.
love you.
You
Good
mean
luck,
you
Freeze.
can fly, right?
see y'all later.
Don't forget to join the stream.
Oh,
I've been placed on timeout by the owner of this video or moderator.
Jordan's not listening to the rules.
What's the rules?
The rule is never listen to Bob. He went and listened to Bob and timed out Chris.
Put Chris in a timeout.
Not the first time.
But tell Renee it's his own. It's Chris's own stream.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
my own
Chris's
stream,
stream.
and I'm in timeout.
She gets it.
Joining.
Zebra's got some boards.
stream. I'm not allowed. I don't have a wrench or
And Zebra built a Prusa because you have the. Chris, how many pairs of these do you have? 20? 30?
Yes.
Way too many.
Mine the spring thing has come apart, so they don't spring very well.
Yeah, once that spring pops out, it doesn't go back in that well either.
No, I gave up.
There, I made myself a moderator on my own thing, so now.
Hey,
I still don't understand how they didn't come with side cutters, but that's just
Yeah, you know,
small
the printer
things.
costs $850. You're rich enough to buy your own gosh darn.
yours didn't come. Mine came with these.
Not your MK3, it didn't.
Not your Mark
Yeah,
III.
it did.
What?
Yep, my Mark III came with these.
Impossible.
Nope.
I had
Because
seven of them. I never got one.
this pair, and I had a pair with cheap plastic light blue handles that came with my cheap Chinesian printer, and I've never bought a pair of these. And I've only bought two printers in my life. Yep, it
Does
came
it
with
say
my Mark
Plato
III.
on it?
Yep.
Oh, the Plato ones came in a Filament 1 box. Do you have a Filament 1 box?
Nope.
Oh. Because I got these Plato ones from my Filament 1 box.
I love the Plato 170s.
Could it have come in a different subscription box?
Nope, I've never had a subscription box.
Oh, man.
Well, this is a mystery for the ages because they don't come with side cutters
yeah.
ever.
It's literally not in the packing list.
I got this. I got a cheap red handle screwdriver that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get this.
Yep, and then and then I got all the
Prusa.
Allen wrenches.
Well, you get one of these
Yep, this, and I got the Allen wrenches.
and the small bag of Allen wrenches. But
You know what's
now
funny
you
is-
get extra. Now you get some lube.
Yeah, I
Prusa
didn't get
lube, that's
lube.
right here.
Did not get lube.
I got the red screwdriver with the second one. The first one came with the blue screwdriver.
Ooh, fancy.
Look at you. Because I have a Day 1 Mark III. I forget where that came from. Besides,
Yeah.
notice that never use it.
Bob, that came with your Prusa, right?
Yep.
Like this one, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the back of my drawer because I never use it because it's cheap.
Where the hell are my Plato 170s?
I ate them.
I don't know, but you can. I mean, you
there
can
they are.
buy them for cheap off of Amazon and get like 10 of the damn things for $20 or something. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I have a few. I have.
No, I need to buy more because the tips on those are all broken all to hell. But I'm
Yeah.
cheap. I'd rather buy another printer and have them come with it for free than buy a.
Well, don't buy another MK3 then, because it's not going to come with one.
I'm not. I'm built.
You mean buy it for the
No.
screwdriver?
in the world of building my own now. Screw it.
Let's see. Screen share.
It's all
Prusa's
Chris's
website.
fault.
I blame the internet.
These are the brand that I found that are pretty decent. Crescent brand. They're cheap.
Yeah, so this is what is always included in your kit. Shitty screwdriver, shitty yellow black thing, Prusa lube. Don't forget about your Prusa lube.
I
And
think
your
they
Allen
missed an
keys.
opportunity to provide orange-handled screwdrivers, or not screwdrivers. Sorry, but the snips. Orange-handled snips would have been the shit.
I mean,
I got my Prusa lube.
I think the snips would have probably been more useful than that stupid cheesy ass screwdriver.
They also come with a glue
but
stick.
You need the screwdriver to clamp down the
Power cables.
the power cable.
Oh, I know what it's
board.
intended for, but it's so cheap that it started rounding my heads out, so I had to get a real screwdriver.
You got a
Yeah.
spare palm nut with mine though.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
weird.
That was
So did
weird.
I.
It was one spare palm nut.
I think they just randomly drop stuff in their boxes sometimes.
I bet you
And that one
snip
wasn't in a
came from
spare
someone
parts
who was
kit.
who was packing.
No, it was in the motor kit.
Yeah, I had the spare one just in the motor kit, just sitting there. I was like, oh, that's weird, but okay.
Same
I'll
with
take
mine.
Yep. Never turned down for extra stuff, I guess.
But I finally used up the rest of that filament PM spool that came with it.
I used it up printing ear savers because I wasn't using it for anything else.
I liked it. It was pretty good, actually. It worked.
Oh, I didn't mind it.
Basically, it was
I
decent.
don't use PLA. That's why I have 30 rolls sitting on my floor now because I went on a shopping spree on Printed Solid and bought a bunch of PLA and was like, now I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I don't ever use PLA.
Then ship it to me.
Whoa! Someone 3D printed a mouse.
Like Squeak Squeak Eats Cheese or computer?
Computer mouse. That's what I get for
There you
hopping
go.
onto Twitter for a second.
think they misjudged the length of wire needed to be stripped to go in these. It's, quality control. A little goes so far.
Yeah. That's
Get
why I
some
put
ferrules
on
on those
everything.
things.
Yeah, I packed them all up. Dig them back out now.
Ferrules. World's greatest invention that keeps... I wish more people who like reviewed printers would strip apart the electronics and be like, this doesn't have ferrules. This has no ferrules and they cold soldered it, so it's basically a fire hazard. I wish they would do that.
Yeah. Well, Tim does that.
Oh, yeah. But he doesn't have 500,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel.
That is true.
One day, someone get me to 500,000 subs, and I'll start ripping apart printers. Send me a Taz. I'll find all the fire hazards on it.
But Chris, you already rip apart printers. Why do you have to start why do you have to sub to do it more?
Because then it reaches an audience, a broader audience.
You're trying to try to get the broads.
Yeah. Boy, if I tried to call anyone that would just end in a bad time.
Yes,
So,
it would.
by the way, for the record, this thing was printing from the middle spool in the second cabinet without a problem.
It shouldn't have a problem. I've printed. There was one time I ghetto fabbed a spool like from 20 feet away with some PTFE because I didn't want to move it. I just like, oh, I've got a section of PTFE.
Yeah, I love this cabinet now. I'm really happy. I didn't dislike it before, but I'm really happy with it now.
After all that work, you should be happy with it.
Yeah.
Should. I am.
Yeah, but you can tell Jordan's a perfectionist. He's like, but it could have been better.
Could have been
What's
a
up,
quarter
Chris
inch
Travis?
off.
It could have been a little bit better. True.
I have 2 words for you.
Banana Republic.
Filler panels.
Solar panels.
No, filler panels to fill that gap on the sides.
You're a gap on the sides.
I knew I was something.
There's some black. That'll work.
Whoa. Do those have the fancy, you let them go, they close and don't make a noise hinge?
Yes, but no.
Oh.
He's got a hydraulic lift on him.
Yeah, I had to put hydraulic thing. Let's go for a ride. So they had to get shocks because the hinges are technically slow close hinges, but the weight of the door is too much.
Gotcha.
They come pre-drilled. They come pre-drilled in the sides here for the hinges right here. But I obviously I made my own holes over here, so I printed some covers to cover the holes
Josh?
and
Our
to fill in
alien.
the gap. And then by happy accident, I marked everything thinking that the frame was like 1/2 inch for drilling the hole. So I drilled everything, and then I forgot that this was not a 1/2 inch. So the door sits a little bit lower, but just low enough that it's a finger grab.
Nice.
So I don't need to have door handles, and I don't have to try to grab anything or finagle anything. Happy little accident that I would do again. But
He's
now
a Bob
Bob's
Ross
saying
of building.
filler panels. Yeah, I could.
Or just stuff newspaper between them.
So the 2x4 is getting covered probably tomorrow or later. I've got a bunch of little hexagons. I just made a sketch in Fusion and figured out 25 mil, stack them up, put them. I got little half-size ones too to go in between, and I'm gonna cover the whole 2x4 underneath of it with different colored hexes. I think it'll look cool. I'm gonna hot glue them on there.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those modern DIYs. It's gonna use hot glue.
No, what I really should do is do a modern DIY where I take a $10,000 piece of equipment and grind it down to turn it into a fucking screwdriver or some stupid shit that they do on those things.
Oh, No, you should
This
just buy
guy made his own bandsaw, but he's got like a lathe. What do you need?
Oh,
Those are always the best when they have to use all this equipment to make something so simple you can just go buy it.
What's the material you made those hexagons out of?
Pila.
And you're going to use a hot glue gun?
We're sure going to try, Bob.
you might have a bunch of melty rectangle or hexagons.
Hey, you know what? We're never going to know until we try it.
I support this message.
You need some Bob Smith Industries glue.
I've got glue. I just don't want to use with the wood. I don't know if it's going to work.
Ah, hot glue does work on wood. You can put wood glue on your parts.
I could.
Ah, see, Sergio's got some BSI.
I use
Gorilla Glue. So fancy.
Got to keep it in the monkey family,
I
bro.
got that too.
Oh, I don't own any Gorilla products.
But is that the gel
UV.
one?
Ooh.
Oh, the UV cure one. Whoa.
Yeah. I got 3 different types.
And let's not get into the 636 glue that Sergio's got.
636. Uh-oh.
There you go. There you go. Use bubble gum.
I'll get to chewing.
He's
Bubblegum,
putting
yeah,
his
that
child
works
to bed
in an emergency.
while watching the stream on his phone. Good night. Good night. Bubble
Josh.
I actually used to live in Iron Mountain, Michigan.
gum. Ooh. Oh, Chris Travis was in Iron Mountain. What's in
bought
Iron
the
Mountain
Gloop at
besides the mountain?
Some glue.
Oh,
Yes.
gloop in a bag.
Still have not used it.
I love it.
Actually,
I gave all my gloop to Devin.
Oh,
Got PLA and PET.
since we're talking about it, the hot glue sticks that I'm going to use, Gorilla.
Oh my gosh.
I got those too.
Did I put that?
Bob's going to show up with his sword and he's going to cut down everything. Be hilarious. Just shows up at other people's houses and just like chops their stuff down. I don't like this TV here. Gone.
See, I think
I don't like your face.
Joke by you come out to Oregon for fishing and stop by the house here, and you can stream from here just to make people really confused.
I'm on it.
But Chris is already down in the basement.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I just don't leave the basement, and currently with my condition, I probably shouldn't leave the house for like a week.
Agreed.
The shits.
Yeah, because
No, I had a bad temperature last night, up to 102.5 Fahrenheit.
Dude, I put a mask on. I don't want to catch that right now.
You know what? Just because your side of the basement looks prettier doesn't mean anything.
I've been renovating.
Yeah.
I still thoroughly enjoy that joke. It's never going to get old.
No,
it really isn't.
Yeah, well, the temperature finally dropped at like 5 a.m. down to 101, which was a lot more bearable. And then it's been in the 99s the rest of the day, so it is what it is. No ribs for I'm staying down here. I'm quarantined in the basement. It's like when you got sent home from school, like, oh, I get to stay home with my video games. Thanks, Teach.
So the other problem now is that you're currently residing under their bedroom.
Yeah, I don't sneeze upward. Duh.
Well, I mean, you've really been digging a good tunnel underneath there too, though, to get that kind of headroom.
Yeah. I'm the troll underneath their bed. They have to pay a toll every time they want to have any intercourse.
That's why I'm broke.
Bob's like, that's normal. They have to pay something anyway.
Ooh.
No, he is taller. He is under the kitchen.
Yeah. The land our house is on is not flat.
They just send meats down the air vent every once in a while.
Just flip you some Slim Jims?
Yeah. Pass it through the vent grates. and we don't, the dog crawls in. Oh boy.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Is it a snack time? Is it snack time?
No, it's you people are making noise and I'm trying to sleep here. Shut up.
Been there, done that.
Iron Mountain actually has two things of note. It has the ski jumps that happen every spring, and then there's a professional golf course. What's it called? A buddy of mine used to work there.
Augusta. That's the only one I know.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I meant to ask you that
Yep.
that stuff that you send down the extruder to clean it. Those
Yeah.
white. What do you,
Yeah.
What do you do? Just put the whole stick in there, or what?
Yeah, I run it, for a bit. Like I try not to feed it all the way through because it is a stick, and you don't want to jam your thing with it. So I usually extrude it for a bit, and then if I want to keep extruding it, I'll run another stick through right behind it.
Okay.
But usually I run it until it runs clear.
What temperature?
Anything. So like, if I'm trying to actually clear the hot end, I'll do it at like 250, 260.
Okay.
Something hotter than whatever materials I was using before it.
Right.
So if I was printing PLA, 220, 230. If I'm printing PTG, 240. Printing nylon, 260, 270. And then
I love those cleaner sticks.
yeah, and once it runs clear, it should be good.
You can even use those real good, Sergio, for doing like a cold pull.
Yeah.
So feed it in about especially on like direct drive or something like that. Just feed it in about halfway, and then lower your temp down to like 150. Wait a few, and then give her a yank, and you can clean the whole shit out.
Give it a yank.
I'm gonna try that on because my Prusa right now is jammed up. Both the bears are fine. By the way, Chris, I finished putting together that bear. Finally got to it, and I got it printing right now.
Is it working good?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's printing beautifully. Come here, camera. The red bear.
Oh yeah, that's a good frame.
Nice.
I need
I think I'm going to do that next.
I need a bear frame.
It's such a good frame.
I want the rainbow bear though. I want to make a rainbow bear.
A rainbow
They do have
bear?
that kit.
They have that kit now. It wasn't a kit before, and now it is, and I want one.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
a
each piece is a different
bear.
color. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
They included an extrusion of different colors, and then I could also you can tie it all together with using one color for your pieces, or mix them up and do all different colors. Like you could do all kinds of stuff with it.
Interesting.
I'm over here going like, I need 40 other colors of CFPATG.
If you want to do that, Jordan, have it. Can you get the bear kit up there?
Well, I can get anything anywhere. It's just how many dollar bills do I want to try to squeeze out my asshole?
Well, that other thing is coming here, so you could add it to the pile.
I know. That pile might start getting big quick, so we're just trying to be conservative with the pile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he really needs his drugs, so.
No, those are easy to get.
They're easier to get up there.
Who is like
Grubby Zebra's playing on the screen.
Oh, Grubby's
I've got this
volume went,
TFT
like-
2.0 because I didn't know. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I can turn. I don't know how to adjust that. Actually, I had to switch headsets because my headset crapped out.
No.
Battery died. So,
I didn't get a headphone warning.
Don't forget to get your release agent for nozzles, kids.
Yeah,
This
that
stuff's
stuff's
so
cool
fun.
looking.
Release
Have you tested it? Have you tried it out yet, or what?
Yeah, I've got one printer with the same. I got two printers with the same nozzle on it. So Zerabo has the same Bondtech 0.4, and Purple Bear has the same 0.4 Bondtech nozzle. This one, the Purple Bear doesn't have release agent. The Zerabo has release agent, and it is cleaner. And it gets cleaner easier. So if I just wipe it with a dry towel or a little slightly wet microfiber cloth, it comes pretty clean after when it's still warm. Not hot. Don't do that hot.
Huh.
So it's just like having an anti-stick coating, but you can do it on any nozzle you want. So it's kind of nice. I put it on another nozzle here earlier. Yeah.
Who sells that?
Slice Engineering. So you can get it from Dave from Printed Solid. You can get it from, I think even
Slice directly.
Josh should have it.
I don't know.
He
If
sells.
So a
he
lot of
sells
Josh's
Slice
slice stuff he says is drop shipped for him though sometimes.
Gotcha.
because they're just not far away. So they just like, why send it to him to then send it somewhere else? They send it out far.
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, slice directly. Then and they've just been recently just piling on the distributors all over the place, which is awesome. A lot of UK distributors now.
Yeah, and the thing is, their number one customer are industrial printers. Like people, like I love the Mosquito hot end because of the one-handed nozzle change, but 99% of people probably shouldn't have a Mosquito hot end. It's people are like, oh man, I've got 3mm retractions and it's clogging. Well, yep, because you have 3mm retractions. Probably should have read the manual on that one.
Unfortunately, it does not look like Josh has that on the site yet.
Oh,
it's because it was new too. I don't know that it's been updated that way.
And they have new nozzles coming out, which I tested, and they have these copper-coated nozzles. So it's let's see here. Where's my bag of those? There it is. So it's like the vanadium nozzle, but it's a copper nozzle with the same coating that's anti-stick and anti-wear. And I was able to get 10 kilograms of CF PTG through them, and they're just copper nozzles. The orifice did change slightly, though. But again,
after 10 kilo,
that's a lot. So it's one of those nozzles where if you want to print like 500 grams of CF, it's fine. But
you want to print a spool of CF, you'd probably be fine.
Yep. You want to print more than that, you should probably get a vanadium nozzle or one of the other similar.
I'd love to see how much glow you could push through that just to see what happens.
0.
That's what I mean. You could touch it with the glow and it goes, get away from me. I don't want.
Mr. Buttram wants blue CFPTG. Does that only come in black right now?
Black and burgundy.
Black and burgundy.
Well, I guess dark cherry red is what they call it.
Cherry red.
Yep.
That cherry red is sexy.
It is. I need to finish putting parts in it.
A dark blue would be sexy too. That's
because I love the way that stuff prints.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it prints so nice.
You can slip that standard thermistor and heater into the copperhead heat block, can't you?
Oh shoot!
Yes.
Another spool of CFPTG.
Yes, I did that. I have one here. Hold up. Where did I put you?
You can also use E3D.
Actually, yeah, that's what I did. I used E3D. Somewhere. I must have put it away.
Here's CF nylon.
But I actually put it on a V6 top and used the cartridge and the thermistor.
Pull one apart and see inside, but I think so.
Uh-oh, he's talking about meat now.
Yeah, I've got a E3D cartridge style thermistor and hot end, again, heater for mine that I'll use. I just haven't.
Requires a modified fan shroud.
Oh, you're looking at the different designs?
Well, yeah, if I'm going to order from Slice and get the paint and the... I'm looking at the copperhead heat break.
Nozzle tool.
Yeah. Nozzle tool. That thing's awesome.
Order 2. Send me one.
It's already
I'll be right back. I got to go check on the dogs.
Do it.
So mine's already in the cart. You can get your own.
Oh, look at it. You broke Chris.
Oh, yeah. That's normal. For some reason, he seems to laugh constantly when I'm around. I think it's because I'm funny looking.
That's a true statement. Bob, I think we're going to get the pallet out again.
Yeah?
I think so. I think it's happening.
I think I'm finally going to bite the bullet and put my hardened steel nozzle on that printer and print some glow.
I think I didn't slice this thing originally very well.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to lose a little bit of the teeth. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. It's just one layer. I just don't want to... I've already got it all sliced and queued up for the MMU, or for the pallet. It's just the extruder on the Chimera had the cracked hop gear, which is why it kept failing every time. Had nothing to do with
Should we
anything
get that
else other than that.
replaced?
Yep. No, they replaced it ASAP. I just provided them the information from the purchase, the thing. The next day, they asked, like, I gave them address or anything like that. The next day, they said it was shipped, and 2 days later, it was at my door. Like, it flew across the ocean directly. No, E3D is awesome that way. No, they're really good like that.
Yeah, Prusa's
Just
like that
debating
with
on
its repairs and stuff.
whether or not to buy the hot block or just go with the standard one and just change the heat break.
Just go with the standard one. You already got it. Just use it. The heat break isn't the heat break is the exciting part, not the block.
Yeah.
Unless you don't have a copper block.
It's the V6, so
Bob doesn't plan on printing
Plain V6 is aluminum block.
proper temperatures.
it are what it are.
Oh no!
I'm back.
Oh yay!
He's back.
Somebody's playing music real loud outside somewhere, and the dogs get a little jumpy.
Makes sense.
They protect the house, you know.
Oh yeah, I do the same. I run out there. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's what that noise was.
I was gonna say, wait, you didn't do that already?
oh, okay. That filament's dried.
Oh, great!
oh, I-
Thanks, Predator, for running into my knee.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
That would be a layer shift.
You didn't know that my middle name was Predator?
Sexual predator.
Hey now. Sexy Predator. Get it right.
No, sorry. I always get mixed up.
I really should have bought the van and put painted free candy on it.
Still can.
No, it was given to somebody else.
Oops.
I don't know that it. Just gonna just. You need wireless headphones sometimes.
Pooch is going for a personal best assembly for a Prusa Mark III S extruder.
What's he at so far?
I have no idea.
Because he was getting them down to like 23 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, I forget where I'm at on those things. All I know is I can put a Prusa Mark III in under 4 hours.
are we are we officially fat kids?
Yeah?
Always.
Check out this smoke ring.
Oh.
Why would
Throw
you
one of
do
those
that?
down the vent, please.
It's been on the Traeger for like 5 hours.
Wait, we have a Traeger outside and I didn't know about this?
Yeah, Ricky.
I have a Traeger. Those things are nice.
Mhm.
I love it. And I have a, I just got the 36-inch, what do you call it, the griddle, the Blackstone.
Mhm.
And I got the double kit. So you could take the griddle off and actually put a grill on there. And I got both. They were on sale for $3.99, the 36-inch one. So I grabbed it. And it's sitting in my living room because, like an idiot, I forgot to order the cover, and I don't want to put it outside until I get the cover for it.
Yeah.
I don't think you should put it outside at all. I think you should just grill in the living room.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Keep it in the
Because
garage.
carbon monoxide is a wonderful
Kill
thing to have in
everybody.
your house.
Yep.
I mean, it's only going to happen once.
That's only
Yeah,
one.
you can only kill everybody one time.
Yeah,
Once
come
they're
on.
dead, they're dead.
Setting up a
but
pallet.
But we had a gas grill for a few years, and eventually, because we left it out on the back porch all year round, it rotted away. It took about 5 years to do it. Perfectly fine with that. So for a new, nice gas grill, it was going to be $400, and Costco had the small Traeger on sale for the same price. So
Yeah, I absolutely love the. I have one of the Costco regular barbecues, like it's just their barbecue, and it's all stainless.
That's the same one I have.
Everything is stainless.
And I've had it for about 14 years so far.
Yeah. So my buddy across the street bought one, and 2 years into owning it, one of the burners clogged up a little. And so we talked to Costco, and they're like, "Yeah, just bring it in." He's like, "But it's a used barbecue," and he's like, "Well, you can order the parts through the company and pay for them, or bring it in, and we'll exchange it." So he literally strapped a barbecue to the back of his car, drove to Costco, and came back with a brand new box.
Oh hell no! I'm not. This thing weighs a ton. Are you talking about that big one, the stainless steel, with 4 burners?
So mine's a 6-burner stainless steel. It's big, huge, honking. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
That thing weighs a ton.
Yeah, he had the smaller one, the little 4-burner one, and they were like, "Yeah, bring it in."
Oh, smaller.
Up and,
maybe yeah. No, I've
just brought it in, and they just took care of it.
Oh no, I'm not moving that thing around.
Well, I mean, just the fact that they took care of it is incredible.
Well, I have replaced the burners on it twice already in 14 years. So, who's leaving?
Dinner.
Bob's gonna go eat his meat.
Yeah, he's got to eat meat, and that's not a hint that he's hanging out with his wife.
Hi-yo.
Oh man!
All right.
What was it? Oh, someone's got a Zerabo.
I think it's a Zerabo because it's a zebra. Another one of the ones I would like.
Yeah, the 10mm rod kit is awesome. One
Yeah,
of my buddies has one of those
up.
pellet-fed, fancy, it's digital and Wi-Fi, so it tells them everything, pops the pellets in when it needs it, has a built-in thermometer.
At what point are you barbecuing or just building a rocket ship?
Yeah.
See, mine's a gas, a propane grill that I eventually will change over to natural gas when I run the line out there after the deck's built. But I just use a little smoker box, load that thing up, and I sit there and I just fill it up. I only have one burner sitting right on this little smoker box. I can get decent smoke in a little gas grill. It's nice.
Hey, just remember when you do that, natural gas burns. The temperature is not as high as propane.
Yeah. 1,000 BTUs per hour as opposed to 2,500 BTUs per hour.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Dropping the science.
Well, and that changes depending on where you get your propane from. Different, and same thing with natural gas. Different areas have different BTU ratings.
Yeah.
Huh.
And also quality of it too. You get some real crappy gas.
We know that in the HVAC business because a lot of people don't even try to tune the furnaces to the area natural gas.
The worst is when you get wet gas.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, when you're farting and all of a sudden you get stains on your underpants.
Yeah, no good, man. No good at all.
I know how that is.
Somebody turned the fan on.
That was me. No, I have no idea.
Is that me? Maybe me. I'm muted.
Finny dude.
All right. Almost done with this stuff.
Go in your hole.
Whoa.
Load it in your hole.
Ryan gets wet sometimes. I can believe that. That guy looks like he has lots of sex all the time.
Is that natural gas, Mr. B? I guess, huh? Wet gas?
I think he's talking about his butt.
He's definitely talking about his butt. He's talking about his
That's
Butreon.
what I'm saying. Natural gas.
He is rich with the methane.
Mm-hmm.
Not so hot with the ethane. Damn.
It's called leaving skid marks.
Yeah, on a good day, you try to find the one with the least amount of skid marks on your pants.
Well, you gotta. Those are like important meeting ones, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
Those
when
are
you're
your
going in for a
business
job
pants.
interview.
When you put your khakis on, you make sure they don't have a spot.
No spots on your khakis.
Come here, you dirty filament. Get out of there.
Dirty filament. That's
No, it cracked in the what you call it. Who's your daddy thing?
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
A real downside to this thing is the really steep angles for the first, like for the two outer outputs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just because they just really they curved it quite a bit to get in there, so your filament's just a little bit brittle. The two outer ones, it makes sense though because you're going to keep them all four lined up, and it's the only ones that have a curve. I know what I do with this. If I'm running any kind of transparent filament, I always run them through the middle. I never try to make them bend that turn.
Bend that turn. All right, let's find a picture of this couple.
But Chris, we're going to have some Moo adventures soon.
We are?
Yeah, well, I am. And since you're in the basement next to me, you can come over and ridicule me and say it's never going to work.
It's always going to work. That's how I do it, man.
We sent to a different part of your basement.
Oh, there's a running joke that Chris and I live in Bob's basement.
Oh.
The best part about that joke is Bob doesn't actually have a basement.
Oh. That's right. I remember him saying he's got a crawl space.
Yeah. And you enter the crawl space through their bedroom.
That's
right.
We pop out of their bedroom and say, "Hey, feed us."
Hey, I want some meat.
And Bob's like, all right.
Head to Bob's for the meat. Bob's like Arby's.
He's got the meat sweats.
He has the meats.
I drove out of my way the other day to get some gyros.
Oh, that sounds so good right now.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's a place, and they're actually Greek, real Greek. With, they have them on the stands. What was interesting was now, the last time I was there, they actually, with a knife would strip it down. Now they got this machine that they go.
They got the fancy kebab machine now.
Yeah, interesting. That was interesting.
Moving up in the world.
Yeah,
getting all
But
fancy.
those things were so good. Oh my God.
Oh. The only place that has decent gyros out here is this place that's used to be really good, and it's okay. I'll eat them. They said they taste okay. Like,
I mean, you'll eat anything once.
Yeah, well, this is not.
Hey,
this is not wrong.
that's truer than you know.
Yeah, I'll put anything in my mouth at least one time, and I'll tell you if I like it or not.
I had a friend of mine. He's Greek, and his grandmother, growing up, when she would feed him, he was always like, "What is this? What is this?" And so her advice was, when in doubt, put it in your mouth.
Grandma knows.
I said, Jimmy, don't take that too literally now that you're an adult.
What do I do with it? Put it in my mouth.
Yeah, it's going to get you in a lot of trouble in bars.
Yeah.
Well, then there's the song, don't you put it in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
So really, what's the message here, Grandma? What's the rules?
Yeah.
Put it, don't put it.
The rule is there are no rules.
Do you know what's fun is I forgot what colors this thing was sliced for until it told me to load them into the pallet. And then I was about to put one in and I was like, no, wait. It's asking for gray. I must have chose gray because I always try to like set the colors so that later on I can, this same situation. I forgot what they were. I don't want to just tell it yellow, blue, red, green, and then I don't know what colors are supposed to be there.
So is this sliced in their little canvas thing, I guess, or
Hells no.
He uses P2PP and he won't share a video on how to use it.
We'll share a P2PP.
Hey, Chris.
Yo.
That's what I put on the bear. The black and red bear.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Cable wrap?
Yep.
Nice.
They have them in all the sizes.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Wire care, or did you get them on Amazon?
Amazon.
Okay.
It's cheap enough. And you get it next day or in 2 days. So
Sorry for the squealer in the background.
I was going to say, what is that?
Monkey?
That's my son. He's singing along
That's
with
a
his
monkey.
little. Yeah, I mean, close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's of that age where there's not much difference between him and a chimp. I mean, right up into sticking his hands down his diaper and flinging poo. I mean, it's just,
I still do that. Sir, you have offended me. I will now chuck my own poo at you.
That would solve a lot of problems real quick.
Yeah.
I think it would cause a lot more than it solves, though.
I don't know, man. Not a lot of people like to fight you when they're covered in poop.
No, like that's a
good way to get. It's a good way to get shot.
Stay away from that guy.
Yeah, that too.
Nutty.
He pulls out a gun. I just pull out more poop.
Brings a whole new meaning to the word poop cocky.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we're officially printing a lot of things right now, Chris.
I'm printing one thing.
I am
I should be printing
no
others.
things.
People like Chris Freeze has posted a bunch of cool stuff to print. Wexter printed a bunch of cool stuff to print. Eastman has a bunch of cool stuff to print. I'm just like,
Fotis, thank God Fotis is on vacation or injury report right now because I'd be fucked. So many things to print. I was talking
he's
to
got
Vedran
really
last
cool
night.
stuff that he's working on. I'm like, damn it.
And I was talking with Vedran today and I was like, I need something to print. You've got 3 days until I'm caught up. And he's like, I can work with that.
Yeah, you should print everyone's everything. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I guess I'm like, I have things to test, and then all my printers are taken up. I'm like, no.
That's why you have to keep one printer for yourself.
I had a hard moment where I had to start saying goodbye to some prints because there's just not enough room to store all the prints.
I have boxes that have prints in them in the basement. They're stored in the corner.
Yeah.
So I know that feeling. I'm like, I want to put you on a shelf, but no. There's so many more masks I need to print of Wexters.
So I have a list right now of the masks that I have left to print.
You have a list.
Well, I've already done. So I've got Sub-Zero in the Green Gate PTG Ice Blue fitting. I've got the half Oni in the Silk Blue, full Oni in the Iron Red PLA, or Pro PLA, sorry, from 3D Fusion. And then I've got the Lion in this really crazy translucent gold. Did I show you that one, Chris?
No.
No, hang on. Let me get her down off the wall. I'll be sharing it online maybe Monday or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So this filament is from a place in Quebec, and it is it's clear base with so much gold fleck in it that the filament feels rough on the spool. And when you look at it up close, you can see through it almost. It's crazy.
Yeah,
There's just a crazy amount of gold in it. And I did just one of my little vases, and it's like nearly transparent on the inside, like but with
That's pretty
gold.
cool.
Didn't wear out your nozzle?
No, it was perfectly fine.
Cool.
At least he thinks.
No, because I've printed stuff since then, and everything's coming out perfect. Even mechanical stuff was good. And I took a gamble and ran it on the MK3. Figured, whatever, YOLO. It's just a nozzle. I got lots. In fact, if it had burned out the nozzle, that's a good excuse to put the Nozzle X that I have sitting in a box on there.
Yeah, I'm thinking of.
Although I was saving that Nozzle X because I was supposed to put it on a different printer, and then I didn't, and now I need to get another one. Never ends.
Yeah, I need to get a Nozzle X for the Blue Bear, which I'm running the CFP TG.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna get one for that one.
But I am going to be. I got to print Scorpion, another Reptile, then the Steampunk mask, and now the Samurai's running. We couldn't decide what to print the Reptile in, so I think it's going to go Peacock Blue.
I gotta get my palette set up. I just gotta stop being hopeful. Well, maybe now in the fall I'll get some time when things slow down.
How's
I've had
the equipment
for
availability?
about a year and haven't put it together yet.
Huh. How's the equipment availability down your way?
Oh,
like if you need to get a new furnace and air.
Oh, it got bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it got real bad. Carrier, you couldn't get anything at Carrier. It's a good thing I use 3 different distributors and about 4 or 5 different manufacturers.
Yep.
So if I couldn't get one from one, I would get one from the other and just tell the customer, "Hey, this is what's available." Blah, blah, blah. Or
that's what my buddies had to do. So we have one of the places, the big ones, turned into a Johnson Supply. Their big outfit in the States.
Johnstone, right? Johnstone
Supply. Yeah. So he goes in there and they're like, "Yeah, we got this or this," and he's like, "Go to Train. There's nothing. Carrier. There's nothing. Lennox. There was nothing.
No Carrier. You couldn't. I mean, they were.
You couldn't get an Airflow or like any off-brand Lennox stuff to save your life." He's even a Napoleon dealer. Now, those are obviously higher. You can get them a bit, but they were so much more money and no one wanted to buy them. So when my mom called up and said, "Hey, can you do my furnace and air this year?" I said, "No, we really can't."
Wow.
You can wait.
Have you installed any of the Bosch equipment yet?
No, I never.
My God, those things are sweet.
Yeah.
Look into them. We'll
put one in Chris's basement.
That's fine.
There's only 2 condensing units, a 3-ton and a 5-ton, and that covers the whole spectrum. The 3-ton will work all the way down to 1.5.
It's full modulating.
It's what do you call it? When you get old, you forget to.
Well, they a lot of places are starting to go with variable and modulating condensers as well.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Multi-stage.
Yep, and the Bosch monitors everything, so it'll give you 1.5 to 3, and you don't make any changes. Just leave it, just install it, and it does everything automatically.
So, Chris, for the details in the background there, what that means is you can have regular cooling, or oh my God, I've got swamp ass, I need to get rid of it now.
Nice.
And it just knows.
Yeah.
There's a moisture sensor you stick in your butt, and when it gets too high,
there's a Rheem furnace in here, a Carrier air conditioner, and a Bradford
white.
Yeah, Bradford white heater.
Yeah.
Humidifier.
So
yeah, equipment got really bad for a while there. They're starting to get get equipment again, but it's still a little tight.
Yeah, you should try to get windows right now. They can't get the pellets to make any of the plastic parts.
Pressure treated wood right now is a big one too.
Oh yes. Pressure
wood. And then meanwhile, like a neighbor started doing their deck last week, and I was like, "How much money you guys wasted on wood?" It's just like gone crazy expensive too.
Not if you steal it.
Steal it.
Just walk in there with a big cart, fill your cart up with wood, and walk out. What are they going to do?
No, Chris, that's why you take it from your neighbor's deck and put it on your deck.
Yeah, but I don't like his
But you
deck.
do it from a neighbor one town over, and then they don't know who you are.
That's not a neighbor. In Canada, if it's a town over, that's just a stranger.
Well, there's no stranger danger.
There is out here.
It is America.
I start taking someone's wood, and all of a sudden there's a bullet in my shoulder. I'm like, where did this lead come from?
Fucking llama. Look on your Twitters. Look on your Twitters.
Llama messing up again. Here's something I carry with me all the time now.
Uh-oh.
That's some pepper spray.
Yeah, it's palm.
Do you have an eyeball back there and a mouth?
This is some nasty stuff. The palm.
Oh, okay.
Nasty stuff. It'll put you down in a heartbeat.
I didn't know that Jordan was a what are those little creatures called from that?
It's a minion.
Movie? Minion. Yeah, I didn't know you're a minion.
Well, that's what he changed it to Minion Monkey.
Ah, it does say Minion Monkey. I just zoomed in to see what the hell it was because
you know what, Llama? I'm going to throw IPA at you.
That's expensive. He can't get that.
No. So I got it at Costco, $10.99 as the usual price for 2 liters.
Mm-hmm.
So limit 3 boxes per customer. I took 2 because now I'm gonna bust out the Photon next week. Clean her up, bust it out of retirement. Maybe slap a little slap happy thing on the underside of the flex on the plate there and play. Oh, I got to get resin.
No, you don't.
I mean,
down some PLA. Put the liquid PLA in there. Works the same.
Liquid PLA with a little bit of acetone?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how I make all my resin.
Resin be so expensive in Canada.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
It's $30 for 500 grams.
We can make that more expensive.
$60 a liter.
Never let machines win.
Yeah.
Mike.
Mr. Mike's in the house.
Mike's in the house.
Mike.
Now is the perfect time to end the stream so I can go eat dinner and take a nap. I finished what I had to do. Oh, and Bob's back.
Nice.
Bob's back. He's waving his hand like he thinks we're saying hello.
Oh, he looks happy. Those ribs must have been really.
Look how much butter he got. Like he's had to change the focus point to be widescreen.
Wow.
That's harsh.
Mike's been in the house for over 5 months. Yeah, but
Chris,
we weren't in this house.
I'm gonna have to send you one of these, by the way.
Yeah, I'll eventually order my stickers when I have disposable income.
For the price of, was it $9 for 50 of them American? It was 11 Canadian.
Yeah,
and they were supposed to come next week, but they were here in 3 days. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, sticker mule.
Okay. Under quote over provide. That's how you get business.
They and every week, man, there is some deal for something guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how it is in the photo book industry. So every 5 days, I'll get an email saying, "Oh, if you order a photo book, you get half off your next one." I'm like, so instead of spending $400 on one, so $800, I can spend $600 on 2. That's not bad. That way, I make more profit.
Profits.
Profit, yeah. Yeah, welcome to the photo industry, man. They any way that they can try to make you buy more shit that you don't need, they will make you do it. Like, oh, we now make photo books with this fancy feature. You should upsell that to your customer. Like, I offer one style of book, 2 sizes, with a color option for the cover. Like, and you can choose either linen or leatherette for your cover options. Like I hate being that guy to give people 5,000 decisions and they never get back to you. Like I used to be like, yeah, here's the catalog book. Just tell me what you want. I'll make it. And I'd never hear a response back because no one can choose.
Right.
On prints, I offer one paper material. I only offer luster. That's it. I don't offer glossy. I don't offer matte. I offer luster. That's it. Like, you want anything else? You can't have it.
It simplifies things.
Yep, people order much quicker, and then and whatever size you want, I only have the base sizes, and they're like, this you'll find a frame for, this one you won't find a frame for, so people know. Like,
and I'll be honest with you, having been married and taken photos and had photos, we don't look. Well, it's not like you just get together on a Saturday afternoon and look back on them. Like,
yeah,
they were there, like it was a thing, right?
Yeah. Most couples are like that, especially now with digital era. They don't go back and look at them 400, 500 times. I shared them on Facebook, and then like every year.
The thing is, every year Facebook reminds me of them, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember all those. And then maybe now we'll go down and pull the photo album out and flip through and see some old relatives that are no longer with us, kind of thing. But or when we needed a picture, like a good picture of like my grandmother when she passed away a few years back,
you go through the wedding album.
We grabbed the wedding album, and there was a good one over there.
Yep. I get a lot of those emails like, hey, this person passed. Can you find another image of them? Could you zoom in on them?
We said, sure. Extra dollars.
No.
Capitalize on their sorrow.
It literally cost me 3 seconds of my time to edit a picture. And I have every single wedding backed up with easy to find. Like every year, a whole hard drive is put aside of all the wedding images from that year. So it's like, what year was your wedding? What month was your wedding? And what's your name? That's all I need to know.
And these are people who are already going through something. So I'm with Chris on this one. Just
oh, so am I. But I wanted
people
to
always go like, how much extra is it to turn this one black and white? I'm like, you do understand that this is digital. I literally go click and it's black and white.
Yeah.
Other photographers charge like a $50 editing fee. I'm like, what the fuck did you do to earn your $50? Like, oh yeah, you did exactly like I did. Click.
If it takes you an hour's worth of work, you charge for your time. If it takes you 5 minutes, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's literally, and that's how it is. Like they'll be like, hey, can you change some images to color from black and white or black and white to color? I'm like, send me your list, and it'll literally take me 10 minutes to do 100 images because it's literally select all those images, apply my black and white filter to it, go through real quick to make sure the exposure is correct, and export, and then upload it to a new gallery. People don't understand how ripped off they are by wedding. Like I know wedding photographers are like 20 grand to shoot your wedding, and they offer absolutely nothing different than what I'll offer besides better looking photos. But the amount of cost that went into it is exactly the same. So, yep. Like there's guys who are charging there's a bunch of senior photographers. They'll do high school seniors, and they're charging like $2,000 for a high school senior portrait session. And you have to get the 2,000. That's like the minimum packet, and it comes with like a small book, and it comes with prints, and it comes with your choice of large print. There's a photographer out in Wisconsin that I listened to, not on purpose. I used to work for a camera store, and we used to go to these. They call them PPI, Professional Photographers of Illinois meetings, and we would like bring our camera gear there and be like talk to the professionals and see if we can sell some of our wares to them. And when I was in these meetings, I'm just sitting there going like, did that guy really say he made $1 million a year doing just high school senior portraits? And then you look at what, like he owns like a 30-acre area where he's got like backdrops just strewn between trees, and they weather, and he's got a cabin and a 40,000 square foot studio on the property. And I'm like, and the pictures aren't even that good. Like,
yeah.
Like this guy is a salesman.
Oh, like I used to do that with service calls. Like if I had to get there and all it was you said your fan was running constantly because you flipped your fan from auto to on. I didn't charge the customer for like the service call, but I did say, look, I got to charge for me to actually get here. Extra after that, that's like just because I had to physically show up. Yeah. But that was it. And they were like, really? And I was like, yeah, I didn't like. And since I'm here, I'll go take a look at it and maybe change your filter.
Exactly.
Make it worth your money. But sorry, I can't not charge you the $90 to show up because it has to cover the gas, the insurance, my time, like getting from place to place.
Yeah.
But the actual work was minimal, so see ya. And half the time you do that, they're over the moon. You end up finding something. You end up putting in a furnace or a new air conditioner or something for them because they're like, oh, this was great. Like, it may not happen today, but like next week, they may call you up and be like, hey, can you do this? It's always worth it in the end.
Jordan, you know what happens a lot when they're cleaning out their basement or they're moving stuff around and they accidentally turn off the furnace? You don't know how many times I've gone to somebody's house.
My neighbor across the street, he's freaking out one day. He goes, the furnace isn't working. It's getting cold. Like, I don't know what's going on. Can you come take a look at it? And I said, yeah, sure. So I go downstairs and I open the box. I open it up and there's nothing on. Oh, and no light. Push the door switch. No service lights whatsoever. I'm like, where's your lights? Like, where's your light switch for this? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, unfinished basement. There'll be a light switch that's labeled furnace somewhere in the basement, usually by the stairs. And he's like, oh, well, there's this weird light switch up by the staircase because this was finished. And I went over and I flicked it on and turned the furnace fired right up. Apparently, his kid likes to reach around the corner and slap it. So the kid would turn it off all the time, but they never knew because he would turn it on all the time too. He would just play with it.
So kids do. They like playing with it.
Who doesn't? I had to tell my son the other day, look, buddy, like, let go of the thing. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's fun, but you could do that again later.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Is and you got to.
Well, they come in different sizes, Sergio. Come on.
Yeah.
We know that Sergio's hung like a zebra. That's all we know.
Like a zebra, huh?
Yeah. They're almost as big as a horse. Not like monkeys.
They're
a
horse,
like
of course.
Tiny humans.
Hung like a Tic Tac and twice as fresh, buddy.
Hung like a Tic Tac and twice as fresh. Does it leave a fresh taste in their mouth when they're done?
Now, I mean, if you want, I can get the cinnamon ones out, and they're fiery.
Oh boy. What were you rubbing it with it? A Vicks Vapo Rub?
Yeah. Mentholated.
Tiger Bomb.
Oh, red Tiger Bomb. That stuff burns twice as bad as the regular one.
Oh. I don't know if I can handle you folk.
The worst actually is BioFreeze. That stuff gets on everything, and like I put some on my leg after, it's like just to help it relax one night. Go and I wash my hands up really, really, really good. Wash them super good. And then I was adjusting the shrinker, and the back of my hand grazed something. It burned for like a half an hour.
Normal.
Hey, it's Thierry. Facebook tells me that Thierry and I have been friends for a year.
I blame Sticker Mule.
It's a true story.
On that
Stickermule.com/deals.
I'm going back to take another nap.
Is it a nap when you just stay there until the morning?
Yeah. It's like, I didn't get a full night's rest. It was like on and off. Like, oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's 2:30 in the morning. Oh, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's 5 in the morning. Oh, it's 7 in the morning. Oh, it's 8 in the morning. It's like,
I was up at 4:25 this morning.
Well, I was up at all those times this morning. And what's sad is I was up and awake. Like, it was like, yeah, Renee, I am calling it done. I got to come upstairs and get some smoked meat.
Hey, sorry for you. Bob ate it all.
Oh no, there's like one piece with a piece of bone on. He always leaves me one.
With the gristly
right on a little
tip
tray next to the escape hatch to the underbelly of his building. I'll just push the hatch aside. I'm like, drag it in, munch on a little bit, and then push the plate back out. Crawl spaces are cool.
Yeah. Well, sleep well, young Chris.
Llama, I know plenty of people older than me that get a full night's rest. It has nothing. This has nothing to. It had everything to do with the fact that I was sick, and I was like waking up every couple hours, going like,
Did I die?
"Am I dead yet?
Are you gonna go get
Is
your
my
brain
temperature
tickled?
105?"
Take
The
us some
doctor.
NyQuil.
Well, yeah, NyQuil does help. The doctor, from his assessment over the phone, was like, it 99.9% isn't COVID, because like I had none of the I had none of the symptoms normally associated with it. And then when I called him in the morning and said my temperature dropped, and he goes, "I really don't think it is." So,
Well,
we'll see.
I'll tell you, it can't hurt.
No.
Well, it hurts to get tested, but it can't hurt long term.
No, there's a bunch of drive-in spots.
You just drive in. Make sure. I'll tell you a trick though, because I had to have it done before surgery, as part of the rules. Make sure you blow your nose really good beforehand, and have something to drink afterwards.
It would be really nice if there were drive-in spots out here for that.
We have 4, which is nice. The college has one. One of the clinics has one out front, and then there's a couple others. I don't know where they're
It
like.
still
Because our
takes a
town is.
week to get the results back out here.
Mine was
We
less
just
than
had
2
one of them
days.
closed down. One of the people who were taking the samples in the line got the.
It's bound to happen, right? Like, not everybody going in there is not going to be negative. There are going to be people who are positive, and it is bound to happen. It sucks.
Yeah, they're supposed, they have all this stuff on, and they only stick the thing in in your nose or your mouth, and then
they stick it in your nose, and they go all the way back until they
tickle your
brain. Yeah.
Ouch.
And it stings. And if they can't get it right the first time, they got to do it again. I know somebody had to have it done like twice because they couldn't work. And you just, I ended up with like a low grade headache for like 2 hours afterwards. But yeah, it was
the lobotomy zone. Yeah, Renee, that's what they're saying. Like, they're like, well, did you have any troubles breathing? Did you have any shortness of breath? Are you having diarrhea? Can you smell and or taste? Like, you just have a fever. And this is how I always have a fever. Like, every time I get like the flu, it's literally fever, and the next day it's down. And then by the second day, I'm already better. Like, that's how it is.
Can you feel and or taste diarrhea?
I've never tasted diarrhea, and I hope I never have to.
Perfect.
$800 for the test. I thought all these centers were doing them for free, Llama.
Not in America.
Not in America.
The thing is, the test itself, because of the Corona Cares Act, technically is free. So to get around that, the clinics are charging for the visit, for the administration of the test, for the reading of the test, everything but the test itself.
Wow.
Yeah. But lovely Canada land. Freebie.
Yeah.
Hey.
You son of a bitch.
As far as I know, down here, then they're not charging at any of these test centers. I guess if you go if you go to a doctor's office, it's one thing, but they have a bunch of test centers here. You just drive up. You still have to make an appointment.
Yeah.
You can't just drive up. You make an appointment.
If you have insurance, it's definitely a lot cheaper. The original test, when it came out in America, was $3,200 to get tested when they originally were doing it. It was insane.
Yeah, no, we ours are all like there was a period of time where some of them were appointment, and then now there's a bunch of them that it is literally just drive up. You drive up, they take your information, they tell you to go park on the side of the building or whatever where the parking lot is, and they'll text you. That's part of the sign up is you get your number. They'll text you when it's your turn to come in, and literally the one I drove around the corner, I expected to wait for 5 minutes. I took a sip of my coffee, my phone went off, and I went, "Oh, okay, I guess it's my turn."
Our healthcare is either on fire or smoking. Yeah.
And somebody else's fault.
Yeah, and somebody else's fault. Yeah, the hospital bills in America are getting a little insane. Like, imagine having a child and not having insurance. Like,
dude, my
that-
leg. Okay, if I had to pay for my leg outright, okay, if
Yeah.
I didn't have insurance and I had to pay for it outright, guess how much it's going to cost me?
$500,000.
$8,000.
Damn.
Guess how much it costs somebody in the States for something that's subpar to what I'm getting?
$500,000.
$30,000 to start.
Damn it.
Huh.
I just always say everything's $500,000 here.
You know what? You're probably not too wrong.
No.
By the time the surgeries, the physical therapy, the legs, the replacements, the works, the upgrades, like it bankrupts people and it's absurd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what's really funny is, so I have a buddy that he's a software developer and he works for a company that develops a specific software that connects hospitals to the healthcare companies, so the insurance agencies. Because a lot of people don't understand the reason that the prices are so high on a lot of surgeries, which is really dumb. So anything that's healthcare related that has to be cleared under insurance, the value is set this high, because then they'll send that to the insurance agency, and the insurance agency is like, but we're only going to give you this much.
Yeah.
And they dick around back and forth until they come to a value that they agree upon to then pay.
Yeah, but
So
it doesn't
they-
need to be
they-
that way because most insurance companies set their authorized price is based on what Medicare says the procedure cost.
Yeah.
So I mean,
They-
everybody knows what Medicare charges or authorizes. So I mean, it wouldn't be difficult at all for hospitals and everybody to just say this is the price. But
Yeah,
you
and
know.
they still dick around. Like, it's still like they literally
Yeah.
had to make us, because they do it by mail before. So they'd send it, because that's the only way to authorize it, like to be legal. Like, you'd mail them the bill to the insurance agency. The insurance agency would either accept it or deny it, but they'd accept it or deny it if it was this value instead. And then the hospital would be like, no, it's this much, and they'd keep dicking around until they get to a value. So he made the software that can connect them securely, so they can have this argument battle much faster, like in a day versus within a month.
That's absurd.
And yeah, welcome to privatized healthcare.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing is that's why like I really love like our system's a single payer system.
Yeah.
So medication, all like pharmaceutical stuff is like there are some stuff that goes crazy, but like insulin does not cost $400 billion here.
Yeah.
In the States, it costs $400 billion.
Yeah.
Like Brian said, he just finished paying off his 3-year-old's birth. We didn't have to pay a dime. Oh no, wait. We had to pay like $20 or something because there was they did something for the room.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. Like,
The phone or the TV.
no, we
Yeah.
weren't there long enough. It was something we did otherwise, but it was like $20, and we're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, just pay the damn
I think my
thing.
favorite things, I went to the emergency room one time, and I remember getting the like $800, $900 emergency room bill, and it's like box of tissues, like $100.
Yes.
Tylenol, $20 for one pill of Tylenol. And it was funny, I didn't use any tissues. It's just they charge you for the entire box, because apparently they're supposed to throw away that box when you leave the
Yep.
emergency room, but they don't. Like, this is why we can't have a medical
Nice
system.
things.
Like,
That's why
when
America
people
can't have nice
argue
things right
single
now.
payer systems, what's funny is they should just talk about how corrupt so my buddy was one of my other buddies, a buyer for the local hospital for their product. They can only buy from medical suppliers. So Amazon will sell micropipettes by the 1,000 for $10. He has to buy them through the medical supplier, and it's like $1,000 for 1,000 micropipettes through the medical distributor. And they have to pay those prices because that's the only legal way to do it. They can't bargain the prices. No, and everyone's selling it for too much. Like, you want a box of tissues. Well, they can't just go to the grocery store and buy a box of tissues. They have to buy it from the medical supplier. And the medical suppliers have to supply. It's this racket. Like, we could actually get away. We could actually not have a single payer system and make it affordable if we removed the interests of the billionaires that are in these hospital systems and that are raking in so much money that's ridiculous. On like, again, like I had to pay $100 in my fee for a freaking box of tissues, and I didn't use them. And you
Yeah, like
wonder
our
why-
hospitals aren't owned by people.
Yeah, well, ours are.
Mhm.
There's a board of directors.
Our hospitals, our schools, and our prisons are all owned by people that want to make a profit off of them.
Yeah. That's the funniest shit. The fact that we have privatized frickin' prisons, for-profit prisons. That doesn't make sense.
Well, and that's how people get screwed into like.
Yeah, because they guarantee them like a 90% occupancy rate. So guess what?
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're in it like innocent. Well, the guy telling you that this is the best option is to take this plea deal. This is the best deal you're going to get. And okay, you think they're doing the right thing, but they're doing it for themselves.
120 virtual checkup. Oh my god.
Failure.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
I guess I'm gonna have to put a raft.
Yeah, rafts do help when you got
Yeah,
that
because
thin.
there's not enough on there to keep it.
Or a brim.
Yeah, a brim. Yeah.
Brim would be cheaper in terms of the amount of material used.
And give you a better underside finish if you really care about it.
Yeah. Vince is correct, nor do the prisoners. They get paid pennies on the dollar, which is...
Yep.
It's just...
Welcome back, Josh. How's Subway?
Josh!
How was something? And he raises his hand.
Josh got screwed. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Oh.
I'm glad it happened while I was here because this was going to be a 10-hour print.
It's always good when your 10-hour print doesn't fail 9 hours into it. Oh, good. My print's still printing.
It's one of the reasons why I printed this Yoda. I added the supports. It's Fotis' Yoda statue that I'm printing for my hallway to add to my Star Wars table. But I made sure to put the supports around the
ears
walking stick this time, just because I just didn't want it. Like I just didn't want it to fall and fail. I just figured that for the extra 20 grams, it's not going to kill me.
Foda.
Fotis is Yoda, the Foda. Yeah, Aloe. Oh, look at this guy. Flexing that he got a suntan. Burn.
This guy.
Oh, I haven't printed that one. I printed the bust that he did.
This guy.
Yeah, but I printed him huge.
Yeah, I printed that on the Photon. But I have a bunch of other Star Wars statues like on my stairwell with my other Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to put one in there of that. And I might as well use this Form Futura Galaxy Green PLA, a.k.a. Glint Green.
Yeah, Glint Green. Same pellets. I just don't know who extrudes it. That's the mystery. Who extrudes Filament 1's line?
Form Futura, I think.
Well, Form Futura is in Europe.
Yeah, they just use a 1 kilo spool.
Yeah, but they just get the pellets because that's like the thing is they can just order the pellets and print whatever they want and extrude whatever they want because it says it's made in America, which means that extrusion's done here. Just
no, it means they say it's made in America. It doesn't mean it's actually made in America.
Well, I mean, this is true. I mean,
there's no legal ramification to say it's made in America, but it's not.
Actually, there is a law that prevents you from saying "made in the USA" and it's not, but there isn't a penalty for it. There's absolutely no fee or fine you'll get for it. It just
I love that there was one product I remember seeing over the last few years. I'm not sure exactly who manufactured it, but I'm sure it's somebody who's a little thick with the bronzer. And it said it was made in America by union representatives, and the union was like, no, it wasn't. And then they never really addressed it. It was just like, oh, yeah, never mind. Moving on.
Oh, man. He's talking about a farmer's tan, huh?
Oh, look.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you get the sandal tan? That's always a nice one.
I don't wear sandals. Like, I'm one of those people who don't like being outside without shoes. Like, I've been stabbed in the foot by one too many nails or sharp glass pieces to then, as a child, go, I'm done wearing anything besides, like, a pair of socks and a pair of shoes on my feet at all times. Like,
that's why I don't wear shorts.
Stabbed in the legs too many times?
Yeah.
I get a lot of mosquito bites on my ankles, and I hate when I don't wear pants and the mosquitoes are out. But then I'm like, it is 90 degrees out. I'm kind of enjoying the fact I'm wearing shorts. I don't enjoy all these mosquito bites I'm getting. And they would just move to my arms. So it's not like I can prevent freaking blood demons from sucking on my body.
Wearing pants for me right now is weird.
You need to turn them into pant jeggings.
No, because see what happens is I get like
floppy.
I get like this weird like.
Yeah, you just gotta cut them.
No, because then eventually I'm going to want to wear pants again with my leg.
No.
So what I did on the
You
one
gotta
day,
show your
we
piece off at all time, dude. Women love that stuff.
No, I know. I'm going to be wearing shorts all the time because that liner, I was wearing it on Friday for 30 minutes, 35 minutes or 40 minutes or so, like not super long. I had to towel my leg off. It was sweating like a pig. I actually bought some microfiber gym towels that came in today from Amazon for the sole purpose of when I need to, I can take my liner off, wipe my leg down, put it all back on. Much as this rubber band, I used my kid's hair elastic actually.
Yep.
You can
Hair
also
ties.
use the antiperspirant.
I have a box of that. There's a really like a clinical strength one.
Yep.
And what you're supposed to do is you put it on the night before.
Yep.
But I can't do that yet because I still have a couple open sores that need to be healed.
Gotcha.
But they're close. They're so close that I can taste it.
Yeah. Blue tape. That's it. Use blue tape on them.
Go to the local farm store and get yourself some monkey butt powder.
Monkey butt powder. Yep.
No powders or creams or anything like that in the liner. It's not good for it.
Yeah.
Not good for it.
I have no idea. I have so many friends that are, because I work with Oscar Mike that have prosthetics that they can probably give you years of practical advice.
Yeah. So big one that they try to they make sure to tell all the ladies is don't shave it.
Grips better to the hair.
You get ingrown hairs, and if you get an ingrown hair, you can't really wear your leg properly because you'll just
Yeah. Don't use anything more than a 3-blade razor, and you shouldn't get ingrown hairs. Stupid 5-blade technology.
I actually don't even use a razor. I use a Phillips 1-blade.
Oh, the little buzzer.
Yeah. But you can still get ingrown hairs because you're shaving it down and then you're putting it inside a silicone liner, like a silicone sleeve. Yeah. There's nowhere for anything to go, and the sweat and everything grows in there. It's a bad environment for cuts. Like it's just not cool.
Mm-hmm. Wax it. There you go. You can still get ingrown hairs from waxing.
There's people who laser. There's people who laser.
Yeah, permanently removing them is probably the best.
Or just use a beard trimmer and trim it down. But actually, over time, apparently, your hair follicles just get tired of being pissed off, so they stop making hair.
I wish I had that feature. Then
you do on the top of your head.
In the shower in Bob.
Well, the top of your head got tired, so it got rid of it.
Oh, it still grows hair. Just not in the front section here like that.
Just not in a full front, yeah.
If you had like a silicone cap that you wore constantly, like his leg will, it would thin out and stop growing.
Same as the guys who wear baseball hats too tight for too long, right? They get the thin hair on the sides, and your hair follicles get tired of being aggravated, and they just stop making hair. It's the weirdest thing.
Start wearing a silicone pad on my back. That way I don't have to sit there in the shower with the long razor going.
Just wear.
Jordan's like, oh man.
Just wear a silicone butt plug, and it'll be fine too.
I do need to get rid of all those butt hairs. It's a good idea.
Yeah. You know what? Just wear a silicone gimp suit everywhere you go, but cut a hole for the
neck
beard.
Down. No, just from the neck down. That's all I need. Get rid of my chest hair, my back hair.
Just do the top too, so you don't have to shave it either. Just
my anus hair.
Just do it cut a hole in the gimp suit right here, and then you just pull this out, and then
Oh, my dad can't grow hair in his ankles from wearing tall socks from work boots all year. Wow.
No, after that.
Yep. I've heard that too.
Renee's Renee, I use Bob's razor. Live with furry. Not wrong. Oh, okay. I'm out of here. All right. Good night, humans.
All right. Good night.
I will talk to you soon. I'll probably be streaming every day until I'm out of my own self-quarantine. So,
Nice.
Good luck.
yeah, I'll be good. It's not any different than I don't have anything. Actually, I just won't be able to go fishing for like a week. So
You can just by yourself.
I'd normally go by myself, but
He normally goes by himself. I guess he's worried the fish are going to catch it.
I'm just worried that people are going to stand next to me. It's like, thanks.
Oh, you have your self-imposed casting radius.
I do, but knowing my luck and knowing Moore's law, it's just like people are just going to now invade my boundary and walk up and try to give me a
No,
hug.
Chris, just get a piece of cardboard and a painter and some painter's stir sticks. Right on the piece of cardboard, I have COVID, and stick it behind you. And go fishing.
They should have like badges, clean and not clean.
The red badge of honor? Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, was that adultery?
Yeah, the big C on my back.
A big
What was
C on your back.
Scarlet A.
Yeah, the Scarlet A.
Star of David.
Yeah, I was going to say. No yellow star, David. No red triangles.
Nope. Mm-mm.
There's this other symbol that looks kind of funny you might want to put on your back with a red logo, but I don't know how that's going to work out for you.
Does it say 2020 on it? Does it say MAGA?
There's that. Well, and it also says MAGA, and then underneath of it, it's got this weird square-shaped looking thing. It's
Normal.
totally
says
acceptable
made
in America.
China, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks again.
That's it.
But